Greetings, everyone. I'm back. Let me get my mic a little closer. Maybe I'll get a little closer. I just finished setting everything up. Hail to the fellowship. This was a rough week. It was a rough week, and it's the first time I've taken a full week off of YouTube since I started. Many years. So first, let's welcome the fine people here. We're gonna have a pretty normal show. I don't know where to look right now. We're gonna have a pretty normal show. I'm gonna tell you what happened in the beginning, and hopefully I never have to tell this story again because it was brutal. But I'm back, and let's welcome people, and then we'll get going. We got Uncle Remus, Lady Aaron, Chris G. Long last name. James Gregory, Addy, David Smart, Smooth the DJ, The Boonverse, Frylock, Beatbox. Wow, they're going fast now. Scum, Kev, Zev, Grimhammer, Dick Dickerson, Eric K. Thanks, buddy. Jeff Sheehan, Dave Harvey, Normie adjacent. That's what most of y'all are, and that's okay. It's okay to be a normie. Today Cobra. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, man? Thanks for holding it down for FNT, buddy. Love you, man. Sly Jester, welcome. Robin, Space Rebel, and many others. How you doing? It's a special. We're dual streaming on Rumble and the main channel today. Usually I do this on Nerdrotic Live, but mostly on Rumble. This is a Rumble live stream. So thank you both for being here. I am in Wisconsin for the time being. The glare from the snow is insane. It is, let's see. When I left Texas, it was 80 degrees. It's 18. It warmed up. It was 7 last night. Obviously, I missed MegaCon. And here's what happened. We'll just before we get into the show, I'll just tell you what happened. My brother-in-law, my wife's little brother, who was like a little brother to me. I've known him since he was 13 years old. Some of you may have met him at a couple of meetups. One in particular would be the Wisconsin meetup. JT, John Travis, passed away suddenly on Sunday. He had the flu, and we just thought it was the flu. And he said his fever broke. He sat down on the couch to watch some TV. Both my sons were here at the house. Melissa called just to check on him. And when my oldest son went down to check on him, he said, he could hear him snoring when he went upstairs. Like this was maybe 20-30 minutes had passed. And he came down and he wasn't breathing. Turned him over. Luckily, there's a fire station. Like I can see it out this window. So they were here quick. The EMTs were here quick. And they did full-on CPR and everything, the hardcore CPR that my kids had to witness all this stuff, and he didn't make it. He passed away in his sleep. We don't know what it was from yet. We haven't got the labs back, but yeah, he was 4 years younger than me, and he had just lost a bunch of weight. He had quit smoking for like a year, and we're still trying to figure, like, it's still a blur. We had the service on Saturday and it was great. A bunch of people showed up. JT was such a good dude. More than a friend. He was family to me. For a guy who couldn't read a book because of his dyslexia, like never read a book in his life, but he could look at anything mechanical and figure it out in seconds. He was like the machine whisperer. He was a master boat tech, motorcycle tech, car tech, truck tech. He could build houses. He could build decks. He could just figure shit out, and he's all self-taught. And he was kind of a legend up here in this outer part of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. We're in the area of that. We're kind of out in the boonies with yeah. So Melissa had to leave right away. Obviously, she had just lost her dad. I was on a stream with Drinker when she lost her dad. It's been 4 years, so she's lost. I hope she's not. I don't want to make her sad again. She's lost all her family. She lost her stepmom in 2008 when I was at the con, and I had to go visit her in ICU. Obviously, lost her dad on the Drinker stream, and now lost her little brother. So she's having a hard time. She's holding up. Melissa's really strong, and I first want to say I really appreciate all the prayers and the well wishes. It's overwhelming in a good way, in a really good way, and words cannot express my gratitude. It's really helped. So we appreciate that. I wish everybody could get this kind of love when something like this happens, because it really did help. It really did help. So I had to take off last minute. I was in the middle of doing a video, but who gives a shit? I can finish it later or whatever. And we had to take care of family stuff. We had to take care of a lot of family stuff, get a funeral together. And what made it worse, because it did get worse. And I have been given permission to tell this story, which is horrible. Right down there with pedophiles, I put vultures who circle a dead body, who haven't been around this person, whether they're family or not, for years and years, who just magically show up and want shit when somebody dies. So Melissa's estranged mother, who she hasn't talked to in decades, and JT had a son back in the day who got in a lot of trouble, mostly lived with his mom, didn't really interact with JT very much. JT tried, but then the kid went back. There's a lot of bad history. A day after he dies, shows up and tries to break into the house and tries to attack my son. So that's what I was going to hang for a couple days and then come up. When that happened, I've got dogs, so I had to throw a dog in the car. Matt from Foul Ball. If you're not subscribed to Matt from Foul Ball, subscribe to him. He's watching our house right now. Came last minute. X-Ray Girl's going to take over for him in a couple days. So thanks to both of you. I cannot express my gratitude enough. And I had to haul ass up here while Melissa was getting restraining orders. Cops were getting called. It was like, it was bad enough. And then it got 1,000 times worse, but it doesn't end there. Obviously we press charges. We, and I'm not the biggest fan of calling the cops, period. But and I'll tell you why. The cops didn't even arrest the guy. Like, they slapped him with a citation. He's a full-grown adult now. So that's why she had to get the restraining order, at least until Daddy came up. So they're trying to contest the will, which they are written out of explicitly, but there was one little mistake, so they got the rights to the body. And they tried to blackmail my wife. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. This is so insane. This is so absolutely insane. But I have to tell the story to show you how people can be during death when it's bad enough. Melissa's mom and JT's son withheld the body from the service unless we dropped the charges. So apparently they forgot what kind of woman Melissa is, and she went, "Go fuck yourself." And we had the service without the body, and we had to explain it to everybody, which made things 1,000 times worse. But it's all going to work out just fine. Things are fine now. We had a good service again. Melissa's side of the family is fucking awesome. They all came out. We had a good service, and everybody came over. We hung out. Watched the Super Bowl yesterday, and we're getting through life. This is going to be a months-long process, if not a year-long process with Melissa, because JT didn't have a trust. good to have a trust. And we got to work all this stuff out. But that's life. That's what happens. Unfortunately, I've been through this before. I'm sure many of you in the chat have been through this before. And it's always like, when my dad passed away, I didn't have that problem. Me and the family like really galvanized us. But this one was, I don't even have words how fucking pissed I was, which kind of helped because it puts you in fight mode instead of being sad, it puts you in, but I'm confused too. But I chuckle because I need to. I'm gonna have some coffee. But things are okay now. And I'm gonna get back to work because I love what I do. And when my dad passed away, I was back at work within 3 days. And I know JT was about his work, and he wouldn't want me to be a big pussy, for sure. Anger can be productive. It can be productive when you need it to be. Thanks. And it sucks to even tell that story and say it out loud. It sounds fucking insane because it is. And and Melissa said that to take the brunt of all of it. And, my kids my kids are adults now, but having to witness, see the body and stuff, it's been rough. But we're good. My boys are okay. Melissa's okay. The Wagners are doing good. As good as they can. They're very sad right now. And I'm sad. But it doesn't mean I won't, be me and talk shit and call Jeremy gay, because I still will. R.I.P. JT. Yeah, he's a good dude. He was a good dude, and I will miss the hell out of him. He was hanging out. X-Ray Girl saw him. He was hanging out with us over Christmas. I just saw him 3 weeks ago. We went to Six Flags. We were riding around roller coasters, having a good time, and then he's just gone. So life is precious. Life is short. Live it to the fullest as much as you can. Try to have as much fun as you can. And JT had fun. He did. So that's what happened over the last week. And I am back. I'm going to do, we're all handling the big stuff, and I'll still be doing that. And I'm going to be here supporting Melissa I'll be in I'm in his house. This was the office he like gifted to me to be my alternate studio. And I don't know if you guys remember the background from a few months ago. Excuse me, I got a cough. But I'll be here for at least a couple weeks, and I'm going to have to come back and forth between 90-degree weather and 9-degree weather. So welcome, everybody. It's a sad story. That's a story of life. And, there's just never a good way to go through it. You mourn, we're going to miss JT, and there's going to be, I'm not even fully over. I still miss my dad. There's still times where, and it's been 21 years, but it's like, I wish I could talk to Dad about this, especially that horrible Super Bowl. I could sit down and my dad and I could talk about like how bad the game of football has gotten. NFL is gay now. It's just so gay. I'm glad the Eagles won, I guess. I couldn't care less about any of them, but that was a horrible game. The commercials sucked, except for Seal. I was laughing my ass off for that. I actually was. I could use a laugh, but my son explained Kendrick Lamar to me and the whole beef. He likes Kendrick Lamar. I was like, okay, I'm okay being old and go, I don't get it. The in-laws were over, and when Samuel Jackson came out, and he's all, I'm Uncle Sam, and I'm like, that is not the uncle I thought he was going to say. And some people laughed and some people went. Oh, God. But let's have some fun, okay? Because I guess I missed a lot this week. U.S. AIDS. It's been the big news. It's probably old news by now. U.S. AIDS was. I got to fact check because I think some of this is bullshit, but like they definitely did some funding of legacy media through subscriptions, and I was listening to some of that on the drive up. I was listening to Tim talk about it and Jeremy talk about it, and I am utterly unsurprised. I'm surprised we haven't found more, and I think we'll find more. I don't know about the Gamergate stuff. Is that real or bullshit? Because I didn't look into it. I wouldn't be surprised at all of anything I hear. But I think the big takeaway is, especially with we're finding out George Soros didn't spend a lot of his money, is yes, the government, the system, the uniparty has been funding our destruction with our own money. Has been funding our destruction with our own money. That is the arrogance of these people. And they never thought they would get caught because they thought they would take out the president or and how much of this push spreads through Silicon Valley, through every company, through Hollywood, which we talk about, I'm guessing a lot. The BBC. Hey, they're not just ripping off their own people, they're ripping off us. So now we have a stake, UK. Now we have a stake. Now really defund the BBC. Not that I ever changed my, and the fact that maybe in some tangential way we paid for fucking Doctor Who. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? So it's been glorious to see this. People actually saying, this is bad. Well, it's bad for everybody who's been ripping us off. And I forgot the analogy Elon said, but it's that like how many worms are there in the apple? There is just a skin of the apple. You know, there was a saying, ladies and gentlemen, of both genders, officially, that the revolution will be televised. We have to update it a little bit. The revolution is being streamed as we speak right now. This is a revolution, and it's a great one. What comes of it, I don't know. The system's going to fight back. Things are going to get very ugly. Very, very ugly. And they need to. They absolutely need to. I'm all for it. One thing, again, you know, libertarians, I like a lot of what they say. I think they're crazy for the most part because they just can't stick to one thing. And I think a lot of them, listen, I have a lot of libertarian things, you know, but I think they don't live in the real world a lot of times, and they just want to live in this dream world. A lot like the progressive left. It's like there's things you need to accept that are just the way they are. You know what? One thing they're right about, 100%, taxation. Turns out it is theft. Absolute theft. And it should be halted completely. And I think we're owed some money. Don't you? I think we're owed some money. I don't mind paying taxes if I got a statement that was accurate every year, right? I mean, if they can audit me or you, they can audit the government, but give us a statement. Tell us where our money goes. And if it's going towards roads and putting power lines underground and stuff, I'm fine with that. That's stuff we need. We need good bridges. We need roads. We need power. We need some infrastructure. I'm okay with that. I think we could have paid for much better infrastructure than we have 1,000 times over with the money we've given. I think they can freeze taxes for what, half a decade, and they should be fine. Where did all the money go? Oh, Ukraine and A transgender comic book in Peru. Okay, so if any of us, and if any of you are in the chat who went to Peru with us, I went to Peru, hung out there for 11 days, was in the Lima airport, pretty big, weird, bizarre airport. Still ran better than Atlanta. Went to Cusco, was on top of Machu Picchu, was at Ollantaytambo, was at Sacsayhuaman. I didn't see a single fucking transgender person. Not one. Not one. I saw alpacas. I saw structures that might go back 20,000 years, 30,000 years, but I didn't see a fucking transgender person. I lived in San Francisco for 18 years. I might have seen, I mean, that is a place where you're going to see, I saw drag queens at a show, but like seeing them in the wild, once in a blue moon. I think I can count on two hands how many times I saw them. Transgender, was it $50,000 for a transgender comic? Question is, did it come out on time? So I'm going to be digging through all that, you know, because I really did shut down for a week, and I'm going to be digging through all that because, good Lord, it's going to be so much worse than we imagined. What did Elon tweet today? That FEMA gave $59 million to a Pakistani hotel that has needed reservations that was shut down for multiple years since 2020. This 10 days ago, last week. So Elon is trying to gut the government like he did Twitter. And I love it. I love it. Every libertarian out there should have a giant boner. Ron Paul is what, 80, 90? He's had a boner for the last 2 weeks straight. You know he has. Love that man, by the way. God bless you and your 2-week boner. Then there's entertainment. Oh boy. Oh boy. So let's start with there is going to be some squaring up from 2 weeks ago later on. But you guys have all seen the Fantastic Four trailer, so I'm not going to play it. But I'll talk about it. I was really curious about this. I don't know about looking forward, but curious. And I have to say, given the confines of what they're dealing with the MCU, which is complete shit right now. Still, even with Deadpool and Wolverine, it's still complete shit. And actually, the more I'm hearing about Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, the less optimistic I'm getting, but we'll get to that. I thought it was fine. I like the style. I like the costumes. It's very much leaning into what the best MCU can do with a Fantastic Four comic book, which is the most comic book thing out there. I like the retro futurism of it. I like the style. I didn't mind the music. I thought the Thing looked fucking great. People were complaining. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been waiting for that eyebrow since the Corman film. So, you know, the Thing looked great. His voice needs to be gravelly, needs to be deeper. Don't understand that. Pedro, not a very good Reed Richards at all. His voice is bad and weird too. Reed sounds like a man. Okay, now granted, my first time hearing Reed Richards was on the Power records that they did in the 70s. But Reed sounds like a man. Now, hello, my name is Reed Richards. You know, it's like, oh God. And for people who think Pedro is in everything, he is. He's in everything. I would like you to compare him to any comparable actor. And I would say the only one you can compare him to is Chris Pratt. Who's in everything too. But there's a big difference. Chris Pratt has charisma and is charming. Pedro Pascal is a good character actor. I'm not going to say he's a bad actor. He's a good character actor. He's an up-jumped character actor because he was particularly good as Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones and has been particularly average in everything else. But if you go to genre, the dude is in a Star Wars project. He's in a Marvel project. He's in a major HBO project. He's been in Gladiator. He's been in a lot of genre. Tons of it. He's Idris Elba. He's the Latino Idris Elba. That's what he is. I think Idris Elba is a better actor than Pedro, too. Like 1,000 times better. I like Idris Elba. I mean, he's a dipshit actor, like most of them are. We got to ban the knives. It's like, bruh. You know what you can make a shank out of? You can make a shank out of a toothbrush. That'll kill a mofo. I've seen it. Oh, God. He may be able to. No, he cannot play Zorro. He's not that masculine. Zorro is fucking alpha pinnacle masculine. He cannot play Zorro. Hell no. Antonio Banderas can play fucking Zorro. He can still play Zorro. So and Galactus looked the back end, the back end of Galactus. The shot looked great. Looked like Galactus. Been waiting for that since I was a little kid. Deal breaker for me, female Silver Surfer. This is up there with the top 3 or 4 stupid decisions. And I don't care. I've heard from a couple of people that this actually was a decision made above Kevin Feige. If I was Kevin Feige, I'd say I walk if we stick with this. Rumor has it like the deal was already, I find it very hard to believe, but the rumor has it that the deal was made and he couldn't say anything. I'd walk. I'd go, I'm Kevin Feige. I walk. Unless we have Norrin Rad. And then all the fucking wiki warriors out there. Well, actually, Earth X. Yeah. Okay. I know the whole Alex Ross. I was around. I read them. I own them. But this is your introduction, supposedly, of the company that owns Marvel, of the first Silver Surfer, and it's female Silver Surfer. It's a Silver Surfer. It's a horrible move. That'll probably be a deal breaker. I thought the trailer was fine. Did it blow me away? No. But I thought it was fine. I thought it looked good. And I thought the thing looked great. Just go look at, go follow Alex Ross on Twitter. All he does is he doesn't post any political fucking bullshit. You know what he does? Puts his art up. It's a great follow. Like a couple times a day, if something's topical, he'll post up his FF art or his cap art. And it's like just spectacular. Love that shit. So, yeah, go look at his thing. It looks, but yeah, the voice thing. By the way, Ben Grimm cooks. But I can understand your reservation if you're a Marvel comic fan. If you're a Marvel comic fan, one of the tropes from, I mean, admittedly, I stopped reading new Marvel comics 3-4 years ago, but during the all different era, they really like to have superheroes sitting down and eating a lot. And that probably had a lot to do with the work girlfriend editors there. It's like, oh my God, let's have them eat food, because food and comic books just go so well together. Greasy fingers reading comic books go so well together. But I didn't mind the FF trailer. I guess on FNT, I'm sorry I couldn't watch the whole thing. I am going to go back and watch, although it's hard because I want to give notes. And I love the guys for going in and taking. So, like, sincerely, thank you, Jeremy and Ryan. You did a great job from what I saw. I guess they went over the Jurassic World trailer for like an hour. That's FNT. That's FNT. And that's the first one of those I've missed. And I can't even remember. before it was called Friday Night Tights, when it was just the Friday show. I'm thinking 2017? 16? I think 16, 2016. It's a dinosaur movie. And it'll probably make more money than Superman and Fantastic Four. I wouldn't be surprised. But we're going to have a normal release schedule, I guess, starting soon, sometime. We got Captain African American is coming out this week. I will have 1, maybe 2 videos out before my review, which will probably be Sunday. But we're working on a super cut. Should be a fun one. And I might just finish that video I had half done before I left. But yeah, there was so much that happened in the world that I was just hearing. I'm like, good God, is this what it's always like? And it's just because I pay attention a lot that I'm not noticing it. But I was like, holy shit. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, is this real? I'm thinking it's real. You guys tell me. Okay. Here. So in China, they have a cutout. And I imagine, since it's holding the Captain America shield, you would, Perry, you would assume it's Captain America, right? But it looks like Perry Chan is holding the shield right there. That's not even a white dude. That's a cutout of an Asian, like, communist. Like, he's got his communist uniform on. And it's red. Fucking China. Oh, my God. I saw the other poster where they just show Sam Wilson. Dude, just let AI make your fucking posters. That has been my biggest complaint since they went to this bad Photoshop bullshit. How crappy have movie posters? Make movie posters great again. They're shit. And it's Chris talked about it. He broke it down, like the ones you get all the heads on, it's negotiated with agents. So everybody gets a face shot, and it's like they suck. They absolutely suck. When you get like Mondo painting a poster or something, like, they look fucking cool as fuck. But like the other one looks like Sam Wilson's got like Henry Cavill arms. His head's too big. His arms are too short. And it's like, you're Hollywood. You are supposed to be a mecca for artists, and your Photoshop posters look like dog shit and always have. They've always gotten the heads too big. I don't know what the just let AI do it. You'll save yourself a bunch of money and they'll look better. Or have somebody paint them like they used to. But it shows like they don't even want to put the effort into it. And that's the face of your movie. I'll find the poster. It's shit. This is funny. This is fucking funny. Oh, Disney. Okay, let's see if I can find. I wonder where I'd look. Maybe if I just. So the Chinese one where they're like got the dragons and stuff, that looks actually pretty good. That's the best one. The one where the fist is coming down on them, that's fine. But it was the one where they're flying at each other. God, that costume is terrible. It is utterly terrible. Yeah, this one. So this is a Chinese one, or it's Asian. I don't know. Dude, look at how shitty this looks. It looks fucking terrible. Guess they just don't care in China. Didn't Marvel Updates put out? I can't find the tweet. You just have to take my word for it. Marvel Updates put up that in China, Captain America 4 pre-sales have outgrossed Deadpool and Wolverine on its first day, $340,000 to $200,000. And I'm like, that's what you're. And this is the same account that like, Captain African America is outgrossing is projected to outgross or equal Guardians of the Galaxy, not 3, not 2, but 1, and Winter Soldier, which came out the same year. What year was that? 2014. But if you adjust for inflation, and Odin talked about it, it's way behind. Way behind. So we're, and like, hey, we could be completely wrong. This could be a great movie. I think if this movie is mid, that's a victory. I think if it's mid, it's a victory. And maybe it's great. Gotta always put that out there. There's a chance. There's a chance. Everybody inside of Marvel could be wrong, and it like connects with the audience. Because people inside of Marvel think it's going to be a piece of crap too. They actually feel better about the Thunderbolts. And there's a chance it's good. But like, how many times are we going to go through this fucking pattern? How many times? As I'm working on my supercut, I'll just tell you what it is. It's the rise and fall of the MCU. As I'm going through my supercut, I'm like, good Lord, how many times do we go through this pattern? It's like, this looks like shit. Shills come out, say it's the greatest thing in the world. And then you start getting bombarded with, no, actually, I love R&Bs. I have a friend who said this was great. Variations of those 3 things happened with every fucking movie. Every one. And of Marvel Phase 4 and Phase 5, how many good movies have there been? And I mean, we're going to say 6 out of 10. Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and these are all arguable, and believe me, Mahler will argue with me about them. And Deadpool and Wolverine. And then there's 8 other movies that were just garbage. Absolute garbage. But we went through this pattern with Black Widow. We went through this pattern with Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings, which actually did flop, by the way. Simu Liu, your movie did fucking flop. Dipshit. Props to you for not deleting your fucking retarded Instagram post calling me out for calling it when you said it was a hit. Well, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals came out in a year where Marvel Studios took a $65 million write-down. That's a flop. Your movie did not make any money. It lost money, making it a flop. But yeah, we went through this with the fucking Eternals. We went through this with the Marvels. Every fucking time we go through this. Now, we also went through it with the Disney Plus series, but they can hide their shit with this. And Captain African American is a sequel to a show either nobody watched or nobody remembers. They put over $200 million into that show, by the way. $200 million. A show that had Captain African American saying we can't use the word terrorist towards people who terrorized and stole things and killed people to keep the things they stole. Deified Freckle Jesus in his own fucking show couldn't kill the bad guy, and Sharon Carter had to do it for him because they couldn't have a black man killing a woman. Well, if she's a fucking superpowered danger, yeah, you can. But they felt like they couldn't because of what kind of message would that send? I don't know, killing the bad guy, killing the murderer, probably send the message of justice. But whatever. Freckle Jesus had to be killed by a side character who just abruptly betrayed everybody in a stinger that nobody remembers. The worst Marvel stinger of all time was Sharon Carter getting a fucking phone call. I shit you not. You probably don't even remember. That's the worst stinger of all time. So that's a sequel to that, which you don't remember, which was basically Antifa and Black Lives Matter, the show. And now it's coming out at the worst time possible, post a massive cultural shift that has cost them to reshoot this movie not twice and a half, and then cut 45 minutes out, and then change a few things so nobody confuses Harrison Ford's General Thunderbolt Ross's Red Hulk. Fuck, I hated that in the comics, and I hate it here. And nobody confuses him with Trump, although he was absolutely written in there to be Trump. And they're all oopsie doopsie. There's a little hint of that if you go to and it's a slight hint. It's very subtle. Harrison Ford's speech at Comic-Con. I kind of liked his Jeep commercial. It's like the one thing he left out in his Jeep commercial. He's all, I love America, and we might go the different ways. Oh, by the way, not forgetting at all that he just did a Kamala commercial 2 months ago, but now he's all, let's come together, after saying you're choosing wrong or whatever the fuck he said. I can't even remember. And he's all, I love America, and we make different decisions, and I love Jeep. What he forgot was I also love my giant bag of weed. Nothing against him, but like, that's what you were thinking. You're like, okay, he's going to mention weed any second now. And I forgive Harrison. Harrison Ford was like a childhood hero of mine. But Jeeps, not a big fan of Jeeps. I worked on them, so I know. I know they're not American. Not really. Not really. That's why I have my FJ. Love my FJ Cruiser. Even though it doesn't like the cold weather that much. My radio just stopped working and then started. It stopped working at below 0. And then when it got to like 10 degrees, it just came back on. I'm like, oh, that's new. And no, I'm not going to buy a new car. I could afford a new car. No, I'm not going to buy a new car because buying new cars is stupid. Buy a used car. Buy a return lease, return rental, whatever. Buying a brand new car is pure vanity. Pure vanity. Doesn't make any financial sense at all. I have a 2011 FJ Cruiser with like 160,000 miles on it. No plans to get rid of it till the wheels fall off, because I hate car payments. They're gay. Sorry, got all dad on you there. Okay. Thunderbolts trailer. We can watch that. Let me find it. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll read some soups and then we'll watch it. Okay. How's everybody doing? I'm really happy to be back. I missed you guys. Again, just to reset, all my FNT co-hosts, everybody who sent love, Jeremy, Ryan, Drinker all sent me messages. So many people sent me messages. I can't. Yeah, Gina Carano checked in on my wife. Like, how she didn't need to do that, but a lot of you did. So many of you did. It really helped. Oh my God, you don't even know how much it helped. Helped us get through dark days. Killed me to miss MegaCon. That sucked. But packed the fucking house. You packed the house again. That was so, and I saw the lines. I was like, fuck yeah. So hail to the fellowship and the 199 and everybody out there who made it to MegaCon. It was great watching that stuff. I did watch the panel. So thanks for all the love from the panel, by the way. Thank you, Jeremy. Even though I did cut you out of the picture. DC updates cut Dean Cain out of the picture of the Superman because I thought it's accurate. It's appropriate. Got the important people in there. Yeah, DC updates. Yeah, Gina Carano was the best. DC updates posted a picture that even they took it from Screen Rant, but then they cut out, it wasn't Screen Rant. I thought, Screen Rant must have cut out Dean Cain. And it's all the Superman. It's Tom Welling and all the Superman, except for Henry Cavill, David Corn Sweat. But, the Superman we grew up with, and they cut out Dean Cain. It's fucking gay. And they did it to get interaction. And fuck them. You want to be welcoming in fandom, but you're the problem. DC updates. You're the fucking problem. You're fucking retard. Lois and Clark, that show is fucking goated. I love that show. Yeah, fuck DC updates. Just some little twink. Okay. I was going to look at the Thunderbolts trailer. I didn't watch the Crypto Bowl. I didn't watch any of the lead up. Well, there's the Jeep commercial. I guess I could have played it. Lady Greymaster, thank you. There's How to Train Your Dragon, Jurassic World, Mission Impossible trailer. I mean, it's called The Final Reckoning, and it just makes you think of fucking Tropic Thunder. It does. It totally does. I can't not think of it. But I cannot wait for this movie. I am actually looking for, this is the movie I'm looking forward to. If you want to know the movie out of fucking all of them, I'm probably looking the most forward to Mission Impossible. The 8th Mission Impossible. God. I want Superman to be awesome. I can't see Fantastic Four being awesome with a fucking female Silver Surfer, but I could be wrong. But this one, man, this one's perplexing. And they showed the trailer to my very normie in-laws, and they were like, who the fuck are these people? I promised to get a couple soups before we start, so sorry it's so random. But let me get to some. All right. Glad you're back. Hope you and your family are doing good. We're doing well. We're healthy. We're good. We are, we're always tight as a family. Like me and Mel and the boys are very close. I was missing them anyway. We have the kind of empty nest thing. So, it's nice seeing Logan and quarter Asian son. It's awesome. FNT was mid without, oh no, they did okay. Odin almost crashed his car. Well, why couldn't he just crash? God is protecting him. He would have survived and was asking for gas. He was asking for gas money. Okay. You go away and some motherfucking host, and it had to be Odin, decides to chime in from his car while he's fucking driving, because that always makes for a great streaming experience. What the fuck? Oh, God. I love Odin. Biggest prima donna on FNT, without a doubt. Screen Rant cropping out Dean Cain says a lot, Matthew. It wasn't Screen Rant. They didn't do it. I would love to. I was convinced it was them, Matt, but I went to their Twitter and he's there. So props to Screen Rant for not doing the thing we all thought you would do 100%. So you subverted our expectations. But Matthew, I will be starting. I need some good comfort viewing, that's what I do. Not this week because I'm gonna be super busy, but Stargate's happening, buddy. It's happening. And yes, it was because there was a nice rack. Welcome back, says VJ the Vigilant Guitars. Cheers. Thank you for the $1.99. Smooth the DJ. What's up, my brother? Welcome back, brother. We missed you last week. I missed you guys like crazy. Like crazy. Noons, $184.99 in Arab Emirate dollars. Mrs. Nerdrotic is a beautiful, strong lady. Yes, she is. Thinking of her and the rest of your family during this difficult time. Lots of love. Right back at you. And we really appreciate that. Melissa's amazing. Utterly amazing. And like tough as nails, man. I mean, I almost didn't want to tell you the story because it sounded insane, right? And it sounds like I mean, it sounds white trash because it is. And I come from a long line of white trash and I'm proud of it. But it sounds very white trash that, oh, we won't give it a body. It's like, are you? And then like we thought about it for a minute, knowing what we know about it. We're like, no, this is exactly like, I think I used a Hollywood saying, it's very on brand. Oh, by the way, Melissa's mom's name is Karen. She is the OG Karen. She's the fucking OG Karen. Not a good person. And I don't say that lightly, but yeah, tried to blackmail Melissa with her brother's body. And like, what did you think she was going to say? It's a body. Go fuck yourself. And that's exactly what JT would have like wanted. There's no, he would have been. She never would do. Not in this lifetime or any multiverse that Marvel could invent. All right. Speaking of Marvel, let's get back to the fun stuff, even if it's bad. Let's so yeah, Super Bowl trailers, movie trailers, massive disappointment. Massive disappointment. I thought we'd get a Superman trailer. You know, we got a Guy Gardner ad on Twitter, which I'll show you later, which is like, what the fuck are you doing? I think it might be an op. I think let's make this look as shitty as possible and we'll lower those expectations. So when we deliver a solid 7 out of 10, people will think it's amazing. There might be some logic behind that. There actually might be some logic behind that. We'll see. We shall see. Whoops. Let's do this over here so I can full screen it. You guys ready for some Thunderbolt action? All right. So again, this trailer comes up and the Normie family's there. And then they all look at me and go, who are they? And I'm like, well, we're going to have to pause because I have to explain this a little bit. They are called the Thunderbolts. It might be construed as coming from General Thunderbolt Ross, but it's not connected to him in any way, shape, or form. It's actually based on a comic book with Baron Zemo and other great characters, and a pretty decent comic, but it's still obscure. Shad likes it a lot, so that tells you how obscure it was. But it had a good run, and it was really well received when it came out. It was kind of like when it first came out, people were like, what the fuck is this stupid shit? And then they liked it. It was well done. I liked it. I own all the comics. So, and I'm talking about that first run. And it doesn't have any of the original Thunderbolts from the comic books in it at all. It is the scrap heap of the MCU. You're not going to recognize two of the characters. One is Ghost, the bad guy from Wasp and Ant-Man. And yes, I call it Wasp and Ant-Man because that was actually the precursor. That was the prologue to the MCU. Go look at the poster where Wasp is in the male protector position in front of the title character Ant-Man. And that wasn't the first. That was the first of many posters like that. Just to think off the top of my head, Doctor Strange focused on Wanda more. Hawkeye had Jeremy Renner standing behind Haley Steinfeld, and like, she's hot. Okay. People will probably want to stand behind her. I get it. But it's in the protectorate position because of MCU. It's also got the Taskmaster, which was mostly played by a guy, but was actually a girl. So technically, it would be the Task Mistress. Or Mahler's best one is the Task Manager. It's a decent villain from the comic books that they both Ghost and Taskmaster were like, for one, they were dudes in the comic books, but they did the whole like reveal, helmet off. It's a girl. Oh my. Ladies can do stuff now. They also did that in Solo with Infested Nest, which makes you think of like a yeast infection or something like that, doesn't it? Infested nest or crabs or something nasty down there. Something nasty in that nest. But yeah, they also did the taking the helmet off. It's a girl. Oh my God. We just subverted your expectations. Got you, chud nerd. We'll lose more money than you can possibly imagine, but we'll feel morally superior to you. Let's get to this. So yeah, this is John Walker. Okay, John Walker did nothing wrong. Well, look at this circle of death. It also has Bucky with his bob, and the fact that like Bucky's in this movie and the Captain America movie without it's like it makes it worse. And the Red Guardian, David Harbour being David Harbour with a bad Russian accent. Oh, and Florence Pugh, 5'2" Florence Pugh, beating the shit out of 300-pound dudes. Let's take a look. You all can.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are.
And Julia Louis-Dreyfus, billionaire heiress, by the way, doing her best. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is. I'm sorry. That's not Tyler Perry, is it? No, can't be. Okay. The Avengers are not coming. Well, I mean, obviously, because who the fuck are they?
Are not coming.
Oh, you see right there? You could tell what I was listening to at the gym. Let's fuck this trailer for a minute. That is the greatest metal song ever, right there. I do not recommend you drive a car listening to Painkiller by Judas Priest, unless you are really ready to drive. Unless you're in like West Texas, where the speed limit is 80 and they won't pull you over unless you're going over 90 and you're still doing 120. There's nobody else on the road. I'm listening to this in the gym and the comments pop up and it says, this song makes me want to cross the street without looking both ways. Fucking great song. I love it. So let's continue. Sorry. The Avengers are not coming because they're all dead or emasculated. Dead or emasculated. Hawkeye's still out there. I wonder if he's going to have his Brian Boitano costume from the Hawkeye series.
Who will keep?
Okay, so that's Sentry, and this is Sentry as the Void. So Sentry is they made up this whole thing like, oh, this is a character that Stan Lee invented back in the 60s that we never knew about, and we're going to bring back, and it's basically going to be the Marvel Superman, but it's going to be bad Superman because the bad Superman trope was really big in the mid 2010s, the late early 2000s, 2010s, something like that, where everybody had to have their bad Superman. So bad Superman was so powerful, he's his own villain. So he switches basically from being Sentry to the Void. So this is him in his Void form. By the way, blonde dude, they were going to get an Asian guy and he quit. So they got some other guy who doesn't look anything like Sentry.
The American people safe.
Captain America. Well, you just showed Captain America. Who could have been Captain America?
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop.
So how are they gonna help? I mean, you know what will make this movie great? I will be a big fan of this movie if the Void kills all of them brutally. And starts with Ghost right there, and then Taskmaster. And the only one I want to survive is Bucky and John Walker. Everybody else can die. And I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Wait, us?
Yeah.
Us?
You. Why? You got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So
Was that supposed to be funny? Not the Void from the TVA. Although they said that the TVA is going to, the Void in Deadpool and Wolverine is going to play a major part in the Avengers Secret Wars, which I hate. I guess it'll act as Battle World. Yeah, I mean, like, there's Scarlett Johansson, and then there's Florence Pugh, and they're like really trying to make, like, Florence Pugh's not a 10, right? She's not beautiful. She's not ugly. She's like kind of cutie spritey at best. And they're like, yeah, let's just have her when she gets out of bed. It's such a downgrade as Black Widow. It's such a downgrade. And nobody's in their fucking costumes except for John Walker, who, say it with me, did nothing wrong.
none of us comply?
Red Guardian,
So
I
what,
guess.
we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
I can. Everybody involved in making the decision to make this movie. That is much worse than the group you put together in this movie.
Where are you?
Everyone here has done bad.
For one, all right, I might get a little flack for this. And honestly, I don't care. I hate Starship. Jefferson Starship? Jefferson Airplane? Yes. I like Jefferson Airplane. Maybe even a couple of songs from Jefferson Starship, but Starship is ear cancer, is ear AIDS. Now, is it as bad as Bon Jovi? Close, but no. Yeah, I'd much rather listen to the Jeffersons sing. Okay. We Built This City on Rock and Roll is one of the worst songs ever created, right down there with We Didn't Start the Fire and every Bruce Springsteen song and every Bon Jovi song.
Bad things. You can't escape the past.
Oh, God. You can't escape the past, Marvel. You're right. Look, was that Bucky with the shield? Oh, you fucking pieces of shit. That is not Bucky with that's John Walker, right?
Past.
Yeah, it's John Walker.
It's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now?
Okay, that's the one thing I like is his arm in the dishwasher. I thought that's pretty good.
Or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were going to be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
So that's Sentry.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts.
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
You know, it's going to be really hard to convince people Marvel wants to change with this. And I think, I don't want to go out that far. Is it possible that this movie does better than Captain African American? I can't see how that's possible. Like, no, Harrison Ford doesn't bring anybody to the theater. Hey, there's something really good with Harrison Ford coming out in about a week. 1923 season 2. Watch that. I think it's possible that they make about the same amount of money at the box office. I think it's 100% certainty that Marvel will spin everything positively, knowing that behind the scenes, they just want to get past this shit. Now, to be fair, they feel much better about the Thunderbolts. They're like, actually, this was a surprisingly good movie. And it didn't have the reshoots, like other than normal reshoots for a movie. This one did not have reshoots. I don't know what that means. It features a bunch of characters. There's 2 characters I care about in this. Juliette Louis-Dreyfus playing Elaine as Madame Hydra doesn't really do it for me. It's just another fucking girl boss.
This has makings of team.
I wonder what Russians think of his accent.
That can raise to glory. Bring light from the darkness.
Taskmaster. Remember King Valkyrie? And the many faces of Tessa Thompson. Hey, at least they have a girl in the suit this time. Dude. When I was watching that, I wish I was pissing myself laughing when the mask came off, because you could see the shoulders shrink about 8 inches, the shoulder width. And I'm like, that's a dude. Like, dudes walk a certain way, okay? They don't have childbearing hips because dudes can't give birth. They got balls.
This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box.
On the Wheaties box? Wow. Way to reference something from 40 years ago.
With a little giddy toy.
Alexi, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Ooh, all right. It's not the worst Marvel trailer I've seen. It's just featuring a bunch of characters I don't care about. And I'm a Marvel fan. I own Thunderbolts comics. I wish there was some stuff. You know what? It would have been great to have Baron Zemo in it. Baron Zemo is like a character that Falcon and Winter Soldier actually did not. It managed not to fuck him up at all. Just like with these, like I don't think this is gonna flop as bad as Flash or Blue Beetle. But you put, like I said before, the more shit you put out, the more it damages your brand, and you're digging your hole even deeper. And a lot of pressure is on Fantastic Four to keep this thing going. We'll see. We'll find out with the first one. We're still in. We're still in phase 5, by the way. You even keeping track of the phases? So we're still in phase 5 for a little while. Then we go to phase 6. Yeah, I like Gray Slick with Jefferson Airplane, feed your head. That's fine. That's good stuff. I like it. 80s, like there's a lot of good 80s synth pop. Most of it comes from Depeche Mode. But when the Spinal Tap made fun of this. When the older bands tried to go to that just overproduced pop. Okay, what's a good version? It's not synth, but REO Speedwagon. They had some good shit. Maybe some Foreigner, but that Starship I couldn't take. Amanda was playing on MTV all the fucking time. And yes, we had MTV on like all the fucking time. All the time. What else we got here? Okay, there's a Thunderbolts trailer. Tom Welling was arrested for DUI. Go to a meeting, bro. Driving drunk is gay as fuck. Go to a meeting, but I won't like overtly judge him for that. Yeah, the Super Bowl was terrible. The Super Bowl was terrible. What? I'm looking over my research for today. I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing, chat? Well, I missed a week. I feel like I'm missing something. Damn it. How to Train Your Dragon trailer. I'll just say that girl looks really white. They made her look really white. They whitened her up. No, coffee is not missing. But speaking of coffee, they put a lot of cream in that coffee. Yeah, they did. We'll say they didn't crush the blacks. They didn't crush the blacks. Yeah. Oh my God. Let me check. I'm going to read some soups in the meantime. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Thank you, Shannon Beam. Says, welcome back, Gary. Much love to you and your fam. Thank you. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. Yeah, I got a... Yeah. Oh. Shouldn't say this out loud, but... Oh, hey, bro. That's what I was missing. Graph Web. You did it, buddy. You did it. You convinced 700,000 people to unsubscribe from Disney Plus, even know how difficult it is because they bundled it with Hulu and ESPN. I don't know how anybody watches ESPN. Like Hulu's, I mean, like second to Netflix. Like it's OG. It's got some good shows on it. Oh, I know what I'm missing. How can I forget this? Buffy. But you did it. You convinced some people. Before we get to Buffy, I do have to apologize to the critical drinker. Because I was supposed to be on Piers last Monday. I had to cancel. And I haven't fact-checked this. This could be just somebody fucking with me. But somebody told me that they replaced me with Andy Signore. So despite the tragedy in our family, I humbly apologize to the critical drinker for bailing out and sticking him with Andy Signore. If he never talks to me again, I would understand. And you got to admit when you make a mistake, even though there is extenuating circumstances that are completely valid, but sticking Will with Andy Signore is, that's almost unforgivable. And I'm sorry. Welcome back, sir. Our prayers and well wishes are with you and your family. Now, can we talk about the Marvel cope for Blackton America? Yeah, there's been like, oh my God, there was a lot over the week. And we talked about it a lot. Anthony Mackie, I think he went out and did some press thing with the troops to American himself up. He took a role. He accepted this. He said stuff in the past. They can make a movie. They can make 10 movies. Steve Rogers is Captain America. I don't make the rules on this. The purchasing public, the fan, the customer made it so because Captain America has been around for over 80 years. And for the vast, vast, vast majority of the time, nobody's done the percentages, but I'm going to say, what, 95? That's probably low. 98% of the time, it's been Steve Rogers. I've said this about Miles Morales. Once we get to Miles Morales 800, multiple decades with multiple seminal storylines that multiple people know, you can say that about Sam Wilson as Captain America. Then we can talk in about, 70 years. But right now, you're just another derivative character. Miles Morales could have been easily dealt with by giving him a different name, giving him his own identity, and not making him Black Spider-Man, which is what you did. Sam Wilson had his own identity, the second Black character in modern Marvel Comics from 1961 up. I can't speak to Timely or Atlas, but I'm speaking of Marvel Comics from 1961 up. The second Black major superhero. Did not have Black in his name. Was perfectly fine as Falcon. I'm perfectly fine with Falcon leading the Avengers. Totally okay with that. Totally okay with Anthony Mackie. I think he's a great Falcon. I think it is a downgrade giving him the hand-me-downs of Steve Rogers and then forcing us to believe that he's Captain America. And it ain't all about skin color. If it was a white dude wearing a Falcon suit with a shield, I'd have the same problem with it. For one, the power sec doesn't fucking jive. It doesn't match up. What if he throws his shield and it bounces back and it clips his fucking wing? The wings would get in the way of his ability to throw the shield unless they're popping out all the time. So they had to give him a magic suit from Wakanda, the magic country, admittedly based, believe in their sovereignty. They have a wall or a force field around their country. Yes, they did let their fellow Africans starve for centuries while they were hoarding all the technology. And then they think they can work with impunity around the world. Based. Yes, they do choose their leader through a fight. Okay. Interesting way to choose a king. And they have DJs operating their force fields. You think I'm joking? Watch Wakanda Forever when the ship lands and the guy's all waka 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 boom 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 waka 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 and the force field comes down. Oh, God damn it! You're gonna see that in my video. Get Herbie Hancock, ship's landing. Waka waka. Herbie Hancock, air traffic controller. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Okay, Buffy. I'll find an article. Give me a second. Series pilot. It's from last week. All right, so Sarah Michelle Gellar. Hang on a second. Okay. Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel series with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Returning Near's Hulu pilot order. So they're trying to drum it up to get the pilot. Now, if Sarah Michelle Gellar is on board, everybody else is going to be on board. Who isn't on board, love him or hate him, is Joss Whedon. Now, I could tell you there would be maybe one or two ways this could work without Joss, but it won't work without Joss. And they're definitely not going in one of these two ways that would work without Joss. Nora Zuckerman and Lila Zuckerman are writing the pilot with Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, who directed the epically bad Eternals. No one should let Chloe Zhao, the artsy fartsy director who can have Frances McDormand staring at nice scenery for long periods of time and win Best Picture in a COVID era, should not be anywhere near genre. I don't care how much of a Buffy fan she thinks she is. In every generation, there is a chosen one. Again. Variety has learned from sources that a sequel series to the beloved show Buffy the Vampire Slayer is nearing a pilot order at Hulu. Sources say that Sarah Michelle Gellar is in the final talks to once again play the iconic title character in the untitled project. Well, it's called Buffy. Although it would focus on a new Slayer and Gellar would appear in a recurring role rather than leading the series. I can't even go on. So she's really down with it. Let's see if I can find Critics' Choice Award. She was talking about it a lot, and I sent this to Mahler. No, I sent it over here. Okay. Alrighty.
I mean, we got to go. Like, Buffy, congratulations. People are very excited about this. What can you say?
Absolutely nothing. I can say that this has been in the works for a long time. It's still a little premature, so it's hard to speak about, but I'm incredibly overwhelmed at the response, and I'm really excited, and I want to do it justice.
You're obviously very optimistic about it.
I mean, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't, because goodness knows, I mean, there's a big shoes to fill, my own, which is kind of weird. I should fit in them.
Well, that said, I mean, do you have like a Mr. Pointy or like the...
By the way, this is Freddie Prinze Gellar's husband. Just want to point that out. Dude, it's like my husband's Buffy.
The Slayers, I can't remember the other weapon at home that you've been like twirling around, practicing with a little bit.
I do have a Mr. Pointy at home.
Yeah, we all know she has a Mr. Pointy at home, operates on batteries.
Broken it out to see how it feels.
I mean, I always visit Mr. Pointy, take him out every once in a while for a spin. You got to
Yeah, because Freddie's not satisfying his husband.
make sure, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask you another question I know you're not going to be able to answer, but are you talking to any other former cast members about coming back and reprising for a few episodes?
I will tell you that they are all aware. I speak to them all anyway. This is all really, really early. Ultimately, obviously, it's something we want to do, but it's also about...
So this is to get them on board. She comes out public. They will absolutely join because let's be real. None of them have anything besides David Boreanaz have anything going on at this level. At this level. Do you get David Boreanaz back? And we have an old Spike. And like, this is something that could have worked with Joss Whedon if they had done either. I was thinking they probably could have done movies, but Serenity probably killed that, although Serenity's great. When they were a little older, but now they're a lot older. And what kind of money are you going to put in? Are you going to de-age? What, like, we're going to get a new Slayer? Oh boy, in modern times. Hey, maybe the Slayer will be trans. Maybe the Slayer will be trans. I don't know. This is a horrible idea. I'm against this in every way, shape, or form.
Setting up the world, and again, it's so premature, so it's hard to say anything anyway.
Sure, I know. It's just like,
Yeah, it's hard to say anything anyway. So how this could have worked. You get Stephen Knight, you get Drew Goddard, you get some of the other writers involved who were heavily involved. Maybe, but probably not. And they're not involved. They are not involved. So, and this is Disney. This isn't Hulu. This is Disney getting their mucky little rat claws on another property that they don't understand, that they'll screw up. That Disney Plus commercial was such a joke on the Super Bowl. They showed primarily stuff they just bought, and that's all Bob Iger, this big, great genius that everybody thought he was. He's a great deal maker. Yeah, he can buy stuff. If you got all the money in the world, you're really good at buying shit. But you get a Ferrari, you don't maintain it right, and you drive it like a fucking retard, and you get in accidents all the time. Doesn't make you a fucking genius. And Bob Iger's done that with multiple properties. So I would love to have hope. But you know what? Just I think we've come full circle. I think this is full circle now. So Buffy, landmark series that I absolutely love, and Angel, landmark series that I absolutely love, had their time. They are from their time. They are produced and written by Joss Whedon in his prime, in a different era. This would be Russell T Davies returning to Doctor Who, even if he did come back. Even if he did come back. That's what it would be. Also, we've had so many things, from comics to Star Trek to Star Wars to Doctor Who to so many. The Russell T Davies' original revamp of Doctor Who, which was quite good, was inspired by Buffy. But now we've had so many things copying Joss Whedon that people cannot stand it anymore. That Thunderbolts trailer, filled with shitty Joss Whedon-esque humor, which is just a poor copy of it. And that's, again, if Joss Whedon came back, that's all it would be. He'd be a caricature of himself. This era is done. And what people always missed when they're copying Joss Whedon is being earnest, being serious. It wasn't all wacky humor. The humor created levity in some very dark subjects. But people decided to move away from the fullness of the storytelling and just focus on the jokes. That's what usually people who poorly copy shit do. So it'll get ordered. It'll get a full season. And it'll most likely be bad. I'd love to be surprised, but it'll most likely be bad. And that's what we're going to have to deal with in this. We call it the post-woke era, but woke is not dead. All those Nike commercials. Woke is not dead. It's not going to go away quietly into the night. There's still going to be a lot of it left. It's just going to look worse because it's about what the general public's going to put up with, and they're over it. And it's going to take Hollywood years to pivot. So we're going to have a lot of holdovers. But in this, what we'll call, in air quotes, post-woke era, it's going to play out really bad. Really bad. And I will discuss it in depth with Mahler tomorrow and as tomorrow on FNT. Let's get to soups. Thanks everybody for being here, by the way. Just wanted to get back on the bicycle, bicycle. wanted to get back on it. And I love this gig. And thanks to you guys, I have the greatest gig in the world. And nothing but gratitude, even through a tough time. Nothing but gratitude. Good news is we potentially have some really good TV coming up this month. This month, in a matter of days. We've got Reacher. We've got the final Cobra Kai episodes. We've got 1923. So I will be doing Reacher live streams with Ryan. And I think we're going to call it the Reacher Roundup. The chat demanded it. Okay. But we will be doing those when it airs. So keep an eye out for those. We got Chuck Berry with like an umlaut. Welcome back, sir. Our prayers and well wishes are with you and your family. I'm a little low, aren't I? Now we can talk about the Marvel Copa Black Mirror, which I already read. Yeah, I'll make sure I get it up. Glad to have you back, Gary. Hope all is well with you and your family. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We have a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff to go through, but we will be. I will lose my. I forgot where her official. This is going to sound bad. I forgot what my wife's official position was at Nerdrotic LLC. Missionary? No. I'm sorry, I'm on my travel board here. No, like CFO, like she's going to be off doing stuff, so I'm going to have to take over a lot of that stuff, and so is X-Ray Girl for the time being, while she handles her business, and I am here to support her in every way, shape, or form. Very sorry for your loss, Gary, and thank you for the hours of entertainment. You're welcome. Go for broke. Thank you for the $9.99, and here's to some more entertainment. I mean, we use that word very loosely around here. Deepest condolences for you and your family. God bless. Thank you. Bacuse. There it is. Is it Q's or Cuz? Q's. Bacuse Gamer. Thank you for the pronunciation. Thank you for recognizing my retardation. Gary, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm in Wisconsin and winter weather sucks. Lots of love to you and the fam. Stay warm. Amy, thank you for the $19.99. Yes, fellow cheesehead. I'm a cheesehead right now. It was snowing like crazy a couple of days ago. I'm not used to seeing that. It was cool. My beautiful car is covered in salt right now. Hi, guy. Member for 3 months says, sorry to hear about your brother. I finally met my long lost dad. Hopefully I get to meet you. Passing of a fam member is not easy. Best wishes to you both. Cheers. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And it's not easy for Mel, considering like what she's, lost her dad and her brother within 4 years. That's not fun. Egg on the Base says, created an alt so you wouldn't accidentally summon Cthulhu pronouncing my name wrong. My condolences to House Nerdrotic. If there's a heaven, JT is in it. He is in it. He's meeting with his dad right now, who's probably chewing him out. We're not going to the doctor sooner. He had a doctor's appointment the next day. So sorry for your loss. Such a shame to lose someone so close, so soon. Talking is how I got my pain out when something similar happened to me. Keep up the faith, brother. We shall see them again. Yes, we will. Death is not the end. I missed the start of the stream. What's the TLRDR? What happened? Tuned in around dog in the car part. Oh, poor dog. Yeah, poor Remy. Had to deal with being in a car for a day and a half. I hauled ass up here though. I did. Yeah, brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, who I was very close to, I've known him since he was 13, passed away suddenly, very suddenly, right in front of my kids. So we had to drop everything and go, as we are meant to do. And we are now at his house, taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of, which is a lot. My mom was a mortician for 20 years. People get very ugly towards the end. Saw brothers fist fight over mom's refrigerator. Yep. Thankfully, like Melissa's side of the family is not doing any of this at all. So I don't want to give the impression that they're great. They are great. Thank you, Tired Retro Gamer, for $9.99. We have Cross 2010 for $10. Gary, I'm sorry for you and your family. Extended family can be crazy. I love your shows and your takes. Keep on keeping on. Oh, I will. Thank you. Aaron Pipes for $10. I lost my mom on January 7th. Ugh. So I can relate to the loss of a close relative. Never an easy thing. Family asses just magnifies things by orders of magnitude. You are correct. Don't hesitate to get the police involved. This time we did. I usually don't call the police. I usually handle things on my own. But I wasn't here. So yeah, I just have a history with the police, you know. Captain Barbarossa for $5 says, I was once told when loved ones pass, people get weird, and sometimes they can either keep things or keep family. In this case, fork those vultures. Yep. I mean, I'm fine with, like, stuff is stuff. I don't care about that shit. But using a body as that's a whole other level. I agree with the thank you, Baku's Gamer. Hopefully I'm saying that right. You and Melissa have mental fortitude that I can only dream of. You guys are tougher than steel. My condolences to you both. Thank you, Theon, for $19.99. I mean, at times. I'm not going to say all the time. We can handle stuff. But that, yeah. It's better to feel your feelings, as they say in the program. Diz the Jizz 47 for $5. Please accept my condolences. If this helps you laugh a little, at MegaCon, I got Ryan and Jeremy to sign a Beyonce vinyl. Good. Yes, you know, at every meetup, you should make Jeremy sign Beyonce vinyl, CD, T-shirt. You know, he'd love a Beyonce T-shirt too. If you send one to him, make sure it's extra large too, so it kind of fits him wrong. Gary's younger than 98% of the Super Bowl commercial celebs. Yeah, that's saying something, Eric Brown. That is saying something. Giant hugs to you, your sons, your wife, and family. Thank you. If you want a break in the next 2 weeks, go down to Marquette University Library Archives to see Tolkien's drafts and notes from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Oh, God, I should really do that. How far away is that, though? Let me check. Not far. Oh, it's Milwaukee. Maybe I'll go down there. That sounds awesome. How do you feel knowing they ruined Doctor Who with your taxes? Feels great. Feels great. I get you with the vulture stuff. Had an aunt use squatters' rights on my grandparents' home. Yep. Plus everyone fighting over money. I've known these people all my life. Their behavior was sickening. Says none of your business. Yeah. We were a little worried about that too. So that's why somebody's here at all times. At all times. Driving home to Wisconsin now, listening, brother. Drive safe. The roads are fine now. It's going to snow tomorrow, though. That's your weather report. Have that four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive going. Good tires. Sorry for your loss and troubles. Hopefully, all is resolved for you and the family soon. Rest in peace, JT. Rest in peace. Next, thank you very much for the $10. Yeah, the healing is going to be a while. And yeah, it's just inventorying and paperwork and all that stuff, but we'll do it. Unfortunately, this isn't our first. So IO for 50 Chilean pesos. Make a phony foundation, staff it with apparatchiks between gigs, pesky elections, on $500,000 a year. Use that to fund other foundations and politicians in a giant progressive kleptocratic, I can say it, orgy that would make Caligula blush. You know, that's what I'll do. I'll call it U.S. monkeypox because AIDS was taken. Some idiots want Pascal to be Eddie Guerrero in a movie about Eddie, but he's too old and scrawny to be a WWE superstar. Yeah, like he did, like, you know, what's weird is he did work out for Gladiator 2, and it doesn't look like he did for FF. And it's like, you know, Reed's buff. You know, if you get past the early Kirby run, Reed's jacked. Plus, he could just go and make himself jacked. Chris Pratt also seems like a genuinely good person, while Pedro seems like a narcissistic ass. Yes. One is likable, one is not. Thank you. The Book of Grudges for $4.99. The Grizzly for $5. Hey, man, hope you and your family are better. That's a pretty tough ordeal to go through. I'm glad to see that you're back on, though. Wishing you guys the best. Cheers, man. I'm glad to be back, too. I have never seen a good-looking The Thing. Please tell me what trailer to see. Oh, the new Fantastic Four trailer has a good thing. Has a good thing. A proper comic book looking thing. No complaints about that at all. And some of it's CG, some of it's costume. Apparently, Galactus is practical, a lot practical too. The Return of the King. Welcome back, Gary. Missed you last week, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Cheers. Cheers. King of retards. That's what I am. Master Austin for $25 says, good to see you, Gary. Keeping you and the Nerdrotic family in our prayers. Cheers. We really appreciate that. It helps. Master Austin has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Cheers. Thank you. Good to see you, Gary. Keep you. I already did that one. Hi, King Fanor, Alpha, Chad of Middle Earth. I saw your ink. Thanks, brother. I'm doing well. I saw your ink. It was badass, dude. Well done. Well done. You know, I don't have a Tolkien tattoo. The reason being, and it's a stupid reason, I think he would hate it. But I think he would hate a lot of shit. I think he would hate the movies. So I know he would hate the movies. But yeah, I never got one because I thought he would hate it. Probably should rethink that, to be honest with you, because yours look awesome. Look, it's Captain Red, my Chinese release of Captain African American. Good God, that poster is hilarious. It straight up looks like a cutout of a guard at the Wuhan lab or at the Uyghur concentration camp. That's what it looks like. Here's the last cut of USAID money for a while. JWT for 6. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, you're cut off now, buddy. China invented the bait and switch for their own reasons. Yes, Harry. The bait and switch. They should have rehired Doug Jones to play the Silver Surfer. I agree. Lawrence Fishburne voice, Doug Jones played it, and it was good. I mean, it like for what it was. The Fantastic Four movies, Galactus as a cloud is stupid as fuck. But for what they were, I don't totally hate them. I own them on Blu-ray. I do. They need to be in 4K. I made Az laugh. I'm getting 52, getting into animation. Can I use one Nerdrotic clip to animate? Can I use Friday Night Tights to animate one clip? I am a person that asks to ask. Love your work, dude. Take care. Snorky Worlds for 10 British pounds. Yeah, you guys can clip stuff. I mean, be reasonable. That's all I ask. But clip away. Clip away. Here, I mean, what I mean be reasonable is like just don't re-upload an entire live stream or video. That's all. But people clip stuff all the time. I don't care. Here, take an espresso on me, and if you will ever be on the Garda Lake, I'll offer you one face-to-face. Be strong. Product. Thank you, Samuel. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Joey Bag of Donuts for $9.99, sending you and yours lots of love and prayers, brother. No homo. That's a little homo, but it's okay. It's acceptable here. Homo adjacent. Hope you and your family are doing okay. We are. Thank you for being a member for 20 months. There'll be times where it will suck. We have done a lot, like with the family, we did a lot of like laughing. I didn't speak at the service, and if I did, I would have probably just roasted JT. So just know, to any of my friends, well, I mean, are going to all outlive me anyway, but if I'm at your funeral, I am going to roast the shit out of you, but it's out of love. Just know that. Sorry for your loss, Gary. Stay positive and don't fall into bad habits because of it. Stay strong. I will not. Japanese Demon Lord, one day at a time, brother. Talking to that sponsor. Doing. I've got the tools and I'm using them. Excuse me. Dr. Kaladin for $10 says, got my first car at 16, 2010 Toyota Camry with 90 to 100,000 miles on it. That was 10 years ago. Still going strong. Toyotas will run forever, dude. God bless you, Gary. Love you. Love the fellowship. No domo bromos. Forest Through the Trees for $20. I'm watching on delay. Please get the Miss Nerdrotic some flowers. I will. Thank you. Harrison played a role of Harrison Ford, but that's not him. Gary's Gary. He's genuine. Hope your wife is well. She is. And I still want to know what Captain Phasma was. Captain Phantasma? Is relation to what? Because I think of... I just get Captain. Oh, yeah. I'll have to circle back to that one. Brain not operating fully yet. They're getting close. I mean, it never really is, but you know. Rhedosaurus for $2 says, at least Thunderbolts looks like it has heart and effort. I will give you that. Yes, it looks like it has some heart. I did like the Red Guardian, you know, talking to his daughter. It's like, when I see you, I don't see your mistakes. I mean, it's saccharine as hell, but like, you know, it's a good dad thing to say. It's a good dad thing to say to your kid. Gary, you should start a tabletop gaming store in San Antonio. I feel like Hero Clicks and MGT could be a good addition. You're right. Addition, but I said addiction to your channel. LOL. Yeah. No. Thank you though. Opening a store someday where people could do that stuff. That's a possibility. You never know. So sorry for your loss, Gary. I know how hard it is to lose family members. My dad passed away 4 years ago from ALS. My condolences to you and your family during this difficult time. Rest in peace, JT. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you. Thank you. Robert White for 20 British pounds, proper money. Glad to see you're back. Yeah, 11.4 million currently for Thursday preview. That puts it about 175 with an asterisk of the Marvels. Of the Marvels. So it puts it around 350 million mark. So it looks like it will be lucky to make $400 million worldwide. Yeah. I had to, I looked at the tickets here in the Sheboygan area, and none were sold for the opening. That's probably changed now, but we're coming up on it. And I looked at those on Sunday? Yesterday. I looked at them yesterday. There was no tickets sold yet. No tickets sold yet. Ghost Army for $5 says Kevin Feige is the problem. Yes, he is. Shout out from rooftops. Kevin Feige equals Kathleen Kennedy. He is at this point. I mean, honestly, if you go back through the history of where he comes from and how he got to power, you might not like Avi Arad, but there would be no Marvel without Avi Arad and Perlmutter, and he forced both of those people out. Quite frankly, it could be interpreted as fucking them over. And I know he's like this gosh golly guy. He seems like a nice guy, and maybe he is. I never met the man, but he has systematically gotten rid of everybody responsible for the creation of the MCU, and he has been pretty much in charge since Civil War. So since Civil War, Marvel Comics, anything Marvel outside of Sony, the buck stops with Kevin. And isn't it weird that it's always some creator's fault, or it's Perlmutter's fault, or it was Bob Chapek's fault, but it's never Kevin's fault? Or, oh, he took on too much work. So no, Kevin is not a creative. He's a producer. Some of the worst ideas from Doctor Strange Mom came from, including Reed Richards' head exploding, came from Kevin Feige. So now they're trying to piecemeal fix the mess. And I don't know if they learned any lessons. Getting the Russo brothers back is smart. The best you could hope for from Captain African American is they just try to make a serious movie, but I can't take it. So the costume looks like shit. The whole concept is silly. He's fighting a bunch of Hulk villains, and it's like you came up with a concept from like a kindergartner. You know, I don't know if like it necessarily matches, and I'm guessing Red Hulk will be manipulated by the leader, which is very similar to what we've heard about Spider-Man 4, which is going to have Hulk and Punisher being manipulated by probably Doctor Doom, maybe somebody else, not really sure. I don't know. I just think superhero fatigue, this will be put to the test this year, and we will know. We will know. What, and I don't know what the answer is. Superman could I hope it's great. I want a good Superman movie. I really do. I really do. And we got Daredevil right around the corner. That's right. Daredevil in a couple 3 weeks. But is it too little, too late? I don't know. But Kevin Feige is the problem. You are not wrong. My condolences to you and your family. You were missed at MegaCon, but family comes first. Good to see you back. Cheers. And I missed you guys too. 6 turning 4 burning for $5. Carrie D. 4, 5 British pounds. Oddly, Tremors and Big Chill are 2 of my comfort movies. I'm sorry about JT. You and your family are in my thoughts. You brighten many a day for me. Yeah, it's good to have, like, that's why escapism is important. And people don't like, some normies are never going to understand this, and that's fine. They don't need to understand it. I don't need them to understand it. I don't need people to understand why I'm a nerd and why I care about stuff as much as I do. I don't have to explain it to anybody, and neither do you. But if you go to Star Wars Theory's story about like what connected him to Star Wars while he was fighting cancer, me reading the Dark Knight Returns leather-bound compilation that had Batman Year One and A Christmas Story by Frank Miller over and over again, because it's pretty much the only comic book I had in prison. Reading comics that I stole when I was homeless. You know, it gives you a respite from the just absolute stress and normal everyday trauma of life, right? It just gives you a rest. It doesn't mean you should totally escape into it all the time and bury yourself and not face your problems, but you need to give your brain a break once in a while. And that might be a Star Trek episode or a Babylon 5 or Tremors or The Big Chill. Yeah, everybody's got their comfort movie, comfort TV show. You know, after work, you know, and not every day was great at work. I really look forward to getting home and watching, at the bare minimum, getting home in time to watch TNG. Which was always on TV. So everybody's got their thing, right? My happy place is always Tolkien. That has always been my happy place from very early on, is getting involved in that world. It just makes me happy, and it never gets old. It never gets old. But there's, like, we've all had our form of escapism that we love, and you know what it is. It's storytelling goes back as far as time. Mythology is a way of passing on wisdom. It's a way of passing on actual history. It's something that we have done since we were able to communicate. So to push it aside as trivial is retarded. Star Trek is American mythology. Star Wars is American mythology. Go back to the Western. That's American mythology. We have a culture. It's pretty awesome. It was better. And we told great stories. Trying to get caught up here. There we go. STAS or STAS for $9.99 says, Gary, you are the man. Thank you. Miss you at the Outpost. Oh my God. Are you an Outpost customer? Love my, oh dude. Okay. I know who you are now. Love my birthday there. Are you a fan of pro wrestling? I used to be. It was a blast right now. It's a blast right now. And I'd rather watch the Royal Rumble than any Super Bowl any day. Quite frankly, I watched a little bit of Monday Night Raw and a little bit of the Royal Rumble, and it was more authentic and entertaining than the Super Bowl. So this is the kid. Your mom is fucking awesome, by the way. So your mom gave me this idea. She comes in and goes, you should do birthday parties here. And you know what? Because I gave you the idea, you're going to do the first one for free. And I'm like, I don't know about for free, but I gave her a discount. And he had his birthday party there, and it was awesome. And we started doing birthday parties there, and it was a great idea. It made money. Sure, some of the comics were destroyed by kids. I didn't care. And it was tons of fun to have the birthday parties in the comic store. So it's good to hear from you. And you're all like grown up now. Make me feel old. But you know what? I miss the Outpost too. What I miss most about the Outpost was the customers. I had the best fucking customers in the world. And I know a couple of you are still out there watching. One of the nicest things I heard from one of them, I saw him at the con, and this is post me losing a lot of friends and Melissa losing a lot of friends over our political views. And he walked right up to me. He goes, I just want to let you know, you haven't changed a fucking bit. And I'm all, thanks, man. Because I was the same way at the shop. So it was nice to hear that. But it was great hearing from you. Give my love to your mom. Okay. And I hope you're doing really good. I think wrestling, I don't think it's as good as Attitude Era, which is kind of where I dipped out. And I'm like an 80s wrestling kid. So Lou Albano, Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant, Hulkamania. I remember when Randy the Macho Man Savage was the #1 draft pick of the WWF Intercontinental Champion. Loved Macho Man. Yeah. The NFL is not authentic. I mean, the game, I don't think they're fucking cheating in the game. I think everything else is like all the commercial. They were so cringe. The Caitlin Clark thing and the Manning brothers kicking the field goal and fucking everything about it is just that fucking game show that they did the ad for. We are so close to Running Man. Like, we're already ventured into Demolition Man, which should be bad enough, but we're getting towards Running Man, which means we're getting towards Escape from New York, which I mean, arguably, are you against putting a wall around New York City? I am not. To keep people in, I'm not at this point. But that game show where it's kind of like your family members are lost in the wild, but then like you're watching them and you make decisions. Like, I don't know what they are. It's like, do I release the bears on my brother or something like that? It's like, what the fuck? And none of that's real. Like, you guys know that, but none of it's fucking real. Like Skinwalker Ranch is, by the way, I love Skinwalker Ranch. Can't wait for it to come back. Good to see you back, brother. Love and condolences to your family. Give Melissa a big hug from the fellowship. Take care. I will. Minor 69er for £5 British. Hey, I can't imagine what your wife is going through. I can't either, and I'm witnessing it. It's pretty bad. But she's fucking strong, man. I'm still young and lucky enough to not to have lost any important family yet, and enjoy that, and call your fucking mom and dad every day. But my father lives a very unhealthy lifestyle, and that worries me. I send him best wishes. Do your best to talk him out of it, because that's the thing is, whatever got JT might have been his unhealthy past and not eating right. And we want you guys to be around. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. You don't have to fucking get jacked. Fuck that. Just sign up to a gym and get in the ritual of going to the gym. And you could just walk on a fucking treadmill for a half an hour or an hour. Throw in some headphones, listen to an audiobook, listen to a live stream. Just do that. Just go there every day. Try to make a time for it, but sometimes you got to work around work and all that. Make it part of your ritual. It's good for your brain. Like, don't even worry about maybe you get addicted to it and then, things start happening and you start lifting more weights, but that's, people want to take on too much. Just do that, because it's like meditation. It's really hard to meditate. I can't meditate. I can't sit there and just go, but you go and do something and you do this ritual every day. You're around people. You get outside. You can multitask while you're doing it. And you're doing some form of exercise that's good for your heart. Even walking for a little while every day, good for the ticker. And you don't have to look like, fucking a professional wrestler. You don't have to get all jacked. Just do the ritual of going and doing some form of exercise. It's really good. It's good for your mind. And that is one of the key components of being sober, is you have to, for me, I couldn't be sober without, the AA fellowship and going to the gym. Kevin Willis for $49.99. Thank you. I could have lived with the female Silver Surfer, charitably assuming a bigger Norn Rad story might be coming, and that's apparently what is going on, right? But there is that plus and a combination of other things for me. Ben's voice, Sue's age, and that's not Reed Richards. I have no problem with Sue and Reed being a little older and them being established. I think Vanessa Kirby looks great. I think she's hot as fuck. And that's a grown-ass woman. That's a grown-ass woman. Like Lois Lane. Like, her rack has been making the rounds, and I remember people are going, she's mid. It's like, are you fucking insane? The voice on Ben, yeah, they could have used a modulator. I really do. Yeah, Pedro's not Reed. A female Silver Surfer after introducing a Norrin Rad, I'm fine with. But they specifically felt like it was too male and we needed another female character. So we'll just switch one of the seminal Marvel characters who is integral to some of the biggest and best Fantastic Four stories. Arguably the best story arc in Marvel Comics, The Coming of Galactus. That is the best story arc. That is my favorite story arc. Numero uno. And if you go back to the old school guys, you ask, I can't speak for Chuck Dixon, but I know Graham Nolan loves that storyline. You go back to old comic creators, peers, you go to John Byrne, they will tell you like that one blew their fucking mind. I always thought the Silver Surfer was fucking cool. The cool thing is like when you played superheroes, because we, as kids, this might sound very alien to you, Gen Z kids, we used to go outside and play, and our parents would say, do not come back until the street lights come on. So we play superheroes, and we get a trash can lid, and you're Captain America. You ride your skateboard, you're Silver Surfer. You get a hammer, you're Thor. You walk around going, you're Spider-Man. That's what we did all day. Fought Dr. Doom, fought Galactus, beat their ass every time, by the way. Like every time. Just beat them silly. Dude, we used to like, okay, so we were like 6 or 7. So we get a record player in my friend's garage, and we hit the Power Records, and we'd lip sync the Power Records and match the battle. That's what we did. No fucks given. Gary, you're back. James Gunn made an appearance during the Puppy Bowl yesterday, and crypto was the focus. Shad will love all the merch coming. Just Jen Friend for $4.99. I'm a sucker for dogs. Okay. You can call me whatever you want. I see a pooch. I'm just kind of, oh, look at the doggy. Look at the doggo. I have no problem with crypto. I have no problem with them leaning into the comic book, the joy of comic books. It's something you have to get right, though, and it's something you have to do with earnest, which means you don't put the tongue in the cheek. No, this is what they are. This is how they are presented. Because that's how you get the payoff of the emotional story of Superman fighting, even for him, insurmountable odds, overcoming. That's what we watch these heroes. They can do things we cannot. And they are better than us, and they do good in the shadows. They don't want to be they're willing to sacrifice themselves for people who hate them or won't trust them or don't care. That's what we want to see. I want to see Superman saving like a busload of kids. I don't need to see him like fighting Kryptonians in the first one. I don't mind him fighting Kryptonians down the road, but I want you to establish Superman saving kids, pulling a cat out of a tree. I wouldn't even be against that. Saving a family from a fire, doing that kind of stuff, doing, the impossible, like where somebody would normally die, where the firefighters couldn't get in, and Superman or Spider-Man or whatever movie you're watching, they save people. That's the best shit. And then you have them fight a villain, right? Shake for Hunger Team, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. God, I'm hungry now. So we got not Captain America, 2 not Black Widow, Ghost, and Sentry. And none of them are like John Walker is the only one, like some fucking retard threw John Walker up. Oh God, this was right before, like this was kicking off on Twitter. I know Jeremy talked about it. Huff for Congress posted, and I talked to him about it in DMs. It was pretty funny. Posted an AI image of Chris Evans' cap shaking Trump's hand and goes, not ham. and says, Cap would love Trump. And holy shit, it broke people. And my mention, because he did it as a response to my response. So like, this is a buried tweet, right? So I responded to Variety. They were like Anthony Mackie's quote, like, get over seeing MAGA and everything. I'm not entirely against the quote, but I'm against the access media gaslighting. So my response to Variety was, fuck you. You're the assholes in this story. You're the ones who gaslight everybody, you fucking pieces of shit. I didn't say it like that, and then Huff responded to me with the AI image of Trump shaking Chris Evans' hand and goes, Cap would love Trump. So it is 3 deep, this tweet. And last time I checked, here, I'll check again. It went fucking, I loved it. I messaged him. I'm all, bro, my mentions and notifications have been at a next level of retard. And I love it. It has been so fun reading the meltdown. And here, I'll show you the tweet. I reposted it. There it is. So it's January 3rd. 18 million. What? Oh my God. Oh, dude. I hope you made $300 from this. You can, like, you and a date could go on a movie and get a, I don't know, you can go to, where would you go? You could go to like Chevy's. Do they still have Chevy? I'm trying to think of a chain restaurant. Brain not working right now. Look at this. Holy shit. Here's the tweet. 18.3 million views. And the comments were unfucking believable. So yeah. So here's the main tweet. And there's my dorky little tweet. And then oh my God. And here's the dumb shit. I think you mean this one. He resonates with y'all more. It's like, okay. I'm fine with that too. Because John Walker did nothing wrong. Absolutely. And if you think he's a bad guy, well, I mean, animated. Starry in the profile. So yeah, it's no lies detected there. You're a fucking retard. Oh my God, it was so funny. And Jesus Christ, if what's chat music? If they should do a song on the responses to fucking this tweet, because it would be hilarious, fucking hilarious. So props to Huff, man. Well done, brother. Well done. And yeah, my mentions were a shit show for a week. And it was great. It was absolutely great. Absolutely great. John Doe for $9.99. Have you ever heard of the show Grimm on NBC? Yeah, I watched it. It was a really good dark fantasy show based on the Grimm fairy tales. Fantastic show. And there is a rumor a movie is in the works. Thoughts? Same writer, sure. Buffy alum, by the way. But it kind of fell off towards the end. I would rather they do what I think the show was kind of a ripoff of as Fables. Do a Fables show. Like a proper one in a different universe where they can actually produce something. Gary, I got pulled over and got a speeding ticket for listening to Angel of Death by Slayer. LOL, Painkiller wouldn't have slowed me down probably. Yeah, I mean, did you tell the cop? Did you go like, dude, you have to excuse me. I was listening to Slayer. Like most current cops would go, okay, don't do it again. Most cool cops. The Darkness for 1999. Sorry for your loss. Trump did what he could in your absence. Glad you're back. I think he did okay. The Trumpster. Instead of The Void, how about Brightburn sequel? That might be better. I am personally, if I never see a bad Superman story again, I will be happy. Gary's favorite Bon Jovi song, Wanted Dead or Emasculated. Oh, that's pretty much what the Avengers are right now. Udite one for $2 says maybe all of them dying is why there's an asterisk. That's what I was thinking is, well, I mean, it's supposed to be the Suicide Squad, but it's fucking Disney Marvel. So listen, even I liked both release the Ayer cut. I like David Ayer. He gets the social interaction right on Twitter. He's just like, I want to make movies, dude. That's all I want to do. So I got a soft spot in my heart for David Ayer. Plus, he directed one of my all-time favorite movies that I think is completely underrated, Bright. But he's done some other great movies. He's a legit director. Release the Ayer cut. I want to see it. I really want to see it. Come on. Release the Ayer cut. But I liked the Suicide Squad had a lot of potential, and I think the Ayer cut will be 1,000 times better. I liked James Gunn, The Suicide Squad. I did too. I liked that one too. I thought Capaldi was fucking great in it. Hated what they did to Rick Flag. Hated that they killed him. But unlike Grace Randolph, I think it was great that Starro killed a lot of diverse people. I think we had a lot of inclusivity with the death of innocence. And I think that's good. Diversity is our strength, Grace. Come on. But you wanted Starro only to kill white people? That's racist. But I liked it. But it wasn't like the greatest thing I ever saw. I was like, 6, 7 out of 10. Peacemaker, I fucking hated. I thought it was woke garbage. So if we don't think Gunn is capable of that stuff, watch Peacemaker. I know some people liked it, but it was woke garbage, and it undid. I thought a good character I thought John, I'm so sorry, CCP Cena was good as Peacemaker in The Suicide Squad, and I thought they undid everything about the character in the show. But yeah, they'll just do Suicide Squad light, and there wasn't really any Suicide Squad heavy. You know what I mean? I actually want to see the Thunderbolts. That's good. If you're looking forward to it, that's cool. It doesn't look interesting at all, but I'm not going to say it looks fucking cringe. I mean, some of the humor was cringe. I think it'll be like a mid movie. That's my guess. It'll be a mid movie, which again would be a huge victory because we've had 3 just above mid. Well, no, we've had one really good movie that basically, let's be real, had a good ending and was really mid in the beginning. That's Spider-Man No Way Home. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, pretty good. Deadpool and Wolverine, pretty good. Marvel has not produced anything great since Infinity War. So that is 2019, 18, 19. That's 6 years ago. It's more than a half decade. And they've had a lot of shots. They've had a lot of at-bats. And they've hit a couple of doubles and a triple. No home runs. That triple made him a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Made him a lot of money, but it was a gimmick. So was Deadpool and Wolverine. Cancel Bon Jovi. Thank you, B-Buster. Operation Outstanding in Field for 1999. TMP to your family. MC and meetup was great success. Jeremy crushed it in your absence despite his upbringing. I was wheelchair free for the first time on the trip. That's awesome. My biggest recovery hurdle since the illness. Goal from last MC. Sober since July. Hail, brother. That's awesome. I saw pictures, man. Glad you're out of that wheelchair. But according to DEI, it's not good for you to overcome that. You need to embrace it and stay in it forever and not try to fight to overcome it. So fuck them. I'm glad you did it. Aperture Science Innovator for $20 says, hey, Gary, prayers and well wishes to you and your family. You're awesome. Thanks for the medal recommendation. And I've got one for you, Becoming by Volbeat. I think you'll enjoy it. I will check it out. Yeah, Painkillers. It's a classic. It is an insane song. It is Judas Priest, like, just fucking showing off. Like, you know, all you metal guys, you Metallicas and your Slayers and your Megadeths and everybody around here. Yeah, we do a lot of different things, but if you want to hear an actual metal song, okay, we'll play one for you. And we'll actually sing. And listen, I love Megadeth. I like Metallica. I like Metallica up to And Justice for All. And I mostly hate everything after that. Death Magnetic's okay. I think that one's okay. But I love Megadeth. Countdown to Extinction is the CD, along with The Art of Rebellion from Suicidal Tendencies, I listen to the most in prison. Like, on rotation all the time. Love Countdown to Extinction. Love that album. Like me some Slayer too. But Rob Halford is the Vox. MCU humor is the worst, says Andrew Van Halen for $5. Any relation? It is the worst. The God of Gravy for $9.99. Much love to you and your family. The Avengers are not coming. Did you get it? They're not coming because the MCU already blew their load on the Infinity War. They did. Modern trailers make me lose interest in 2 seconds. You're not wrong. They need it like some. They can't all be 28 days later. Hope you're doing well, mate. I sound like a stuck record, but Critical Diverse Female dropped a banger video about Amelia Perez. Check it out if you have a moment. Much love. So, Critical Diverse Female. Rock, thank you. That was my last video. Amelia Perez. Oh, God. Yeah, Amelia. That's gotten crazy. You just could love to see it. Woke Hollywood is eating itself, and it's just fun to watch. It makes me happy. Hope it makes you happy too. First super chat. Oh, no. Nope. There we go. Cue sexy heart flourish. There's only 2 Thunderbolts, the P-47 and the A-10. Thanks for the smiles when you don't feel like smiling. I always find time to smile. I do. I like, if I croak, I don't want anybody being fucking sad. Have a party. I mean, when I do. Enoch Beaumont, reviews and rants for $10, says Jefferson Airplane had 2 good songs, Somebody to Love and White Rabbit. Jefferson Starship also has 2 good songs, Jane and Find Your Way Back. Yeah. Starship, however, is complete cancer. I agree. Yeah, Jane's a good song. I could have put up with the female Silver Surfer. She had some Venus and Willendorf, Sydney Sweeney tatas, and a fat ass. But no. Yeah, they got, the chick from Ozark who looks like she's from, no offense, the Ozark. So sorry for you, your family, and the bullshit you had to go through. Sorry, I should display this. I had to cancel going to MegaCon because of my my bill passed from cancer. Condolences again. Jeremy is really gay and fuck cancer. Fuck cancer. Darius for $5. There is no reason a Thunderbolt movie couldn't have a Punisher and Elektra. Seeing Winter Soldier and Punisher in the same movie would have sold. It would have been, yeah. No, it absolutely could have worked. Absolutely. You have Zemo. You get the Winter Soldier. If you want to really put that in, you put in the Punisher, but you get some Thunderbolts. You don't get the reject MCU shit, because it's reject MCU shit. That's half the team. Yelena is stupid. The Task Mistress is stupid. Ghost is stupid. They're all three of those are fucking garbage characters. If you needed to have a female character, get a good one. Hey man, sorry to hear about your loss. Having a rough day today myself. So seeing you back online has helped. Much love to you and your family, man. Hope you're feeling better, Mike. Sorry you're having a bad day. This too shall pass, man. Johnny Mumbles for $1.99. Welcome back and big prayers up. Cheers. Prayers are appreciated. I seen the light, Gary. I canceled Disney Plus. Well, you know, you can't thank me. You got to think. Why am I blanking on your name? The one who's always saying cancel Disney Plus. Sorry, brain is not at capacity right now. Welcome back. My condolences to your family. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, lovely Trish. Hope you're doing okay. Oni for $10. Love you, Gary. Sending my love and prayers to you and Melissa and the boys. Thank you. I will pass it on to her. Look up Rachel Brosnahan 2025 Critics' Choice. Oh, I already did. Yeah. She had some good Brosnahans going on right there. Yeah, she that's Lois. That's a good Lois. Got no problem with that. Glad to see you back, Gary. Really sorry for your loss. Sounded like my kind of guy. He was a complete gearhead. Complete gearhead. Patton Oswalt took my place on FNT. Oh, fuck. Honestly, I'd rather have Andy Signorin than Patton Oswalt. That's saying a lot. Hail, Gary. So sorry for the loss of JT. My condolences to you and your family. Thank you, Primal Mike, for $20. Yeah, we love JT. He was awesome. Trish Page has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership. Thank you, Trish. Hail, Gary. Sorry for your loss of JT. My condolences to you and your family. Yeah, and if you went to the Milwaukee meetup, he was there. He was there. Condolences and best wishes to you and your family. Thank you. Flinini? Did I get that right? Probably not. RJ Hobbs for $10. How we feeling about U.S. aid funding leftist media and also funding all the journalists that had been discrediting Gamergate 1 and 2? First stone, Elon flips, and we find this. LOL. Yeah, completely unsurprised. Right? So you probably went, what? And then you went, oh, yeah. And how much of is it? Woke certainly has its audience. It certainly has its purveyors. It certainly has people who support it, and it certainly has people who watch that stuff. But does it have people who feel so passionately about it that they will sit through entire Anita Sarkeesian videos? I don't know how many views they have. I don't care. But if you are questioning the validity, I can say it, of all of this, that means you're sane. Because it never felt natural. It never felt authentic because it never was. It doesn't mean there weren't people who support it. There's a lot of people who support it politically. I think it's a fraction who are willing to support it with their time and money. I think they're perfectly fine supporting it on Twitter. But as far as going to the videos and watching them all the way through, supporting these movies, it's never been there. And it's always been overblown. We have always been the majority, the common sense, normal thinking person, right, left, libertarian, doesn't fucking matter. The common sense person who really just wants to go through life and be left alone for the most part. That's the majority. People go after them too much as normies, but normies make the world go round. Okay. Normies are busy. Yes, there's a lot of low information people there, but you don't, maybe there's a good reason for it, and you don't want to get too caught up in the internet minutia to forget that like these people are fucking busy. They don't have time like us, and we're grateful for it to fucking poke around on Twitter and double check everything. They just want something that's fucking real, okay? And every time, I get photoshopped on a fucking Nazi or what, like, which has happened a lot, which is hilarious. I think it's funny as fuck. And every time, rewriting Ripley, was that funded by USAID? I don't know. Certainly appeared to have some support, but in reality had none. I mean, you can't tell me that Mary Sue makes money. So it's either money laundering for the corporation. I'm not saying AIDS is not going to be like the excuse for everything. Let's not make it. Let's find out the facts. I'd love to know where I could go to look up the records, because I'd like to look it up myself. But we can. It's definitely a meme, which is funny. But no, a lot of this stuff is bullshit. And I don't think it's all political. I think these studios, I think Disney has a third-party marketing firm that, and this is just my opinion, that has bots to drum up and make their product look more popular than it actually is. Do they send these bots to attack other people? I have no proof of that whatsoever. Are there a bunch of Disney fucking heads and corporate cocksuckers who will just go after people because that's they've got their entire life wrapped up in this stuff? It's good to be a fan. It's fine to be a fan. It's also good to have perspective. But just hate us politically or whatever. Yes, it's mostly people. But would I put it beyond a marketing firm that's within their financial interest to drum up false positivity, toxic positivity, to make something look bigger than it actually is? Of course they would. Of fucking course they would. And is that on the direction of Disney? And they're using the third-party company so they have plausible deniability or whatever? Of course they would. Marketing is bullshitting you. That's the description of marketing. We are bullshitting you. We are trying to get you to like our product. We're going to try to present it in the best light possible, but we're definitely leaving shit out. So marketing is professional lying. With kind thoughts and love, regards to you and your family. Always welcome in my home. Jeremy and Drinker looked so gay on FNT. All hail FNT. Yeah, the Drinker made a cameo, and they shared some headphones and maybe something else. I don't want to know. Buffy without Whedon would never work. Never. Think what it will be without him. He was the reason the show was amazing. Stefan, you're right. Love him or hate him. No Joss, no Buffy. Drinker versus Mahler, open bar, 129. Condolences, Mr. B. Cheers. Can't wait for Slayer Trek, The Next Generation. Glad to see you back on the tube, Gary. Thank you, man. I mean, that's pretty much what it's going to be, right? What about Bucky? Bucky is Cap. Bucky as Cap. It would be more logical. Yes, Bucky should be Cap. Yes. Sebastian Stan playing Bucky Captain America would make more money, would be a better business decision. I'm sorry if this is hard for some people to accept, but it worked. It's already worked before. So why don't you do the thing that worked over the thing that didn't work? You're the one who pushed identity politics, Disney Marvel. You're the motherfuckers who forced this when it was being foreshadowed from day fucking one, from the first very underrated, one of the best superhero movies ever made, First Avenger. They were foreshadowing Bucky becoming Cap because that's what happened in Brubaker's run. When you went to Winter Soldier, you were using Brubaker's run. And what happened after that? He became Cap. And what happened after that? After everybody, and I mean every fan, even the peripheral fans, were pissed that you were bringing back Bucky because there were certain people that stayed dead in comics. The Waynes, Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy. Well, not anymore, but it used to be the Waynes, Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, and Bucky. And you brought back Bucky, and people were like, what the fuck? You're really running out of ideas. This is stupid. And then they read it, and Brubaker I doubt Ed Brubaker agrees with me politically on anything, but the man's a legit a great comic book writer, and made some good Daredevil, great Cap. He's fucking great. And that run is unbelievable. You just adapt that because it worked. It was successful. It sold a lot of comics. It made comic book fans, Captain America fans very happy. They're like, I dig this. So it would have been a better business decision, and you chose to go with something that was provably wrong. What was provably unsuccessful. You have the matrix. You have the metrics, not the matrix, the metrics. You own Marvel Comics. You can go look at the sales data, the letters. You can get feedback from comic shops. What worked better, Bucky as Cap or Sam Wilson as Cap? And everybody, even Marvel internally, will have to admit, Bucky as Cap sold more comic books. People were happy with this. Falcon as Cap was gimmicky, and it was canceled, and it was cut loose, and we've had to restart it multiple times like we did Captain Marvel because we have to save face. Because to give up on Sam Wilson Captain America is to give in to white supremacy. That is their thought pattern. It'll be DEI Buffy, the MAGA Slayer. Yep. Johnny Mumbles, yes. Disney making a show about bloodsuckers. Right about what you know, eh? Great to see you back, Gary. Hope you and the fam are doing well. We are doing well. I'm actually taking a week off. I mean, for bereavement. Like, I had to do it. I'm not going to sit there. Like, I wasn't like I was. It might not sound. I just wasn't in the mood. Wasn't in the mood. I probably could have snuck in a stream here and there, but I had to be present for Melissa, for her every need, because she's got so much on it right now. So, mine was done through bereavement, but I like for the younger content creators out there, if you want to hear some unsolicited advice. Hang on a second. If you want some unsolicited advice, plan to take a week off every year. Take a week, maybe two. It won't kill your channel. If you get back to work, you might feel like you have to be on that treadmill and on the grind. That's a quick way to burn out. I'm older. I'm very grateful that I got into this as an old man and not a youngster, because I'd have fucked it up every different way possible. But having a little bit of perspective and owned other businesses and done jobs and had careers before this, realizing what a gift it is. And you still got to take time off to be present for your family. You got to take time off just to touch the grass, go travel, turn off the internet for just a week. I'm going to kill you. I was talking to my partner manager about unrelated things, and they were really supportive. They're like, no, you need to take a week off. Everybody should do that. We try to tell people to do that all the time. I'm all, yeah, it'd be nice if you made them feel like they could, like if there was like maybe figure out a vacation setting. So I suggest that. I'm like, you guys are smart guys. Figure out a vacation setting for content creators. So they, can take one. That'll ever happen, but I highly recommend it. I think it's good. It's good because this is a fun job. This isn't supposed to be a job. It's amazing. I'm looking forward to. I've got more stuff to do. I'm looking forward to making the supercut, and even though it's a day late and a few dollars short, that video, I can't leave stuff unfinished. My OCD will not allow it. So I'm going to finish it. And then we do Cap 4, and then, God, we get some good TV. That's what I'm looking forward to. I got to rewatch 1923 season 1. I think I'll do that. I'll start that tonight. Mix in a little Stargate, Matthew Hammond. You helped me when I lost my dad in 2020. I hope we could help you. Gary, best wishes to you and the family. Sorry about your pops. Good wrench. Yeah. God. Every day I miss my dad. I know you do too. Thanks, brother. Japanese Demon Lord, a beer Lucifer for $10 says, if you want a great comic book that is on par with the greats from the 80s and 90s, read Solo Leveling. I started reading it on Friday, not expecting much, but could not stop until I read everything. Oh, I'll check it out. I still read new comics, just not from Marvel or DC. I pretty much, I was reading, I'm a little behind, but I was reading Conan, which was good. I have the Transformers books. I haven't cracked them open yet, but Az was recommending those to me. Never a big G.I. Joe comic fan. I had them all. I have them all. And I read them and I thought they were cool, but I like Transformers more than I like G.I. Joe. No explanation why. It's terrible. And I'm familiar with it. But yeah, I always like Transformers more. Yeah. And then Mark Millar's stuff, anything he puts out, I read. His level of writing has improved. So he's in that rare air where he's getting better as he's going on. And I'm guessing it's because he's probably one of the happiest mofos in comic books, because sweet Netflix deal never hurts, but he's free to create. And last time I checked, doesn't keep any money from his comics, gives them to the artists and everybody else. He just does it because he actually likes comics. So he's one of those rare writers that actually loves comics. That's his first love. And it shows in his writing. It shows. There's still a few of them out there, but a lot of them out there just want to love the idea of creating comics and writing them. Not really good at the whole execution part, or they want to be writing scripts for, that ship has passed, for, selling scripts to Netflix, or they want to somehow become content creators, which they could, but it's very difficult to do both. Eric's come out and said that, like, it is really hard to do both. And, he's pulling it off the best he can. I couldn't do it. No way in hell. I'd have to pick one or the other. One or the other. But okay, Solo Leveling. I'll check it out. Gary, have you heard the Deaths version of Painkiller? If not, give it a shot. I will. Somebody did an AI, like 50s version of Painkiller, which I liked a lot. I thought that was pretty fun. First time catching you live. Found you on the Unsubscribed podcast. Great stuff. New fans, thank you. Oh, cheers. Synthetic panels for $10. And hail to Eli and Donut and Brandon Herrera. Fat Electrician. Fucking legends. Subscribe to the Unsubscribed podcast. It is a great podcast. Good old Texas boys right there. Good old boys right there. Calig's a report. Fraud, waste, and abuse used to be a thing. What the fuck? Gary, I spilled my beer. Thoughts? Corn pop. I'm glad the California train to nowhere it got bumped up by Trump. So there's it was 40. It was initially, we voted on it. Okay. So I was working at Toyota. So it was 2014 when they passed the high-speed rail, which fucking America should be covered in high-speed rail. It's massive incompetence that, I think Texas, Elon, poor Elon's got a motherfucker suggesting something to him like every nanosecond. But Elon, you got to listen to me. Former employee, rocking my old Tesla beanie that I wore to work in San Rafael, California. Sunny San Rafael. Lived a girl named Pearly Sweetcakes. You probably knew her well. She's been stoned 18 of her 19 years, and her story is widely told that she can smoke them faster than any dude can roll. Back to that. Sorry. Elon. High-speed rail in Texas. Texas is flat. Texas isn't California. But don't make one from San Antonio to Austin. Fine. Actually, don't make one to Austin. Just make one like to Dallas, from San Antonio to Dallas. You can skip Austin. I don't know why y'all moving to Austin. What the fuck's wrong with you? Joe Rogan. I know Austin used to be this cool hippie town. San Francisco used to be a cool hippie town. Now they're fucking snot bubbles. They're shit bubbles. They're terrible. It's a lateral move from going to California to fucking Austin. But everybody just from California, go to Austin. Don't come to San Antonio. San Antonio is really fucking boring. It's really boring, and I love it. Where was I? Yeah, high-speed rail. So the California train to nowhere, they have 11 miles of track. They spent, the initial bond was $40 billion, and it's far exceeded that. And by the way, it's just a normal train now. It's not even a high-speed train. The best people to listen to on this subject, if you can find, I don't know, the radio guys, so I don't know if they don't clip out segments, but they were the best on it, was Armstrong and Getty. Armstrong and Getty were like two libertarian kind of guys that did a radio show. They're still doing it out of Sacramento. They were all over this like stink on shit. And they were like, if they have the best takes on it. They have the absolute best takes on it. But it's got bumped up by Trump, so hopefully it will embarrass. Like Gavin runs for president. There is so much shit you guys don't know that he's gotten away with, that Californians just go, it's just Daddy Gavin. We love him. He says all the things nicely, and he says them by moving his hands all the time. It's like, yes, no, no. I made a train to nowhere, but it was environmentally sound train. And when we rebuild, we're going to rebuild with equity and unity, and I won't be around. So I can just tell you whatever the fuck I want as I take my next step as a political auton. I'm not even human. I don't even have a soul. As a matter of fact, Patrick Bateman had more of a soul than I did, because I'm Gavin Newsom. I am a lizard fucking robot piece of shit that people just go, look at his hair, Daddy Gavin. Oh my God, let's vote for him. I was about to say something very controversial. It's like, well, yes, repeal the 19th in California and add a 19th and a half, and repeal, like, make every male gay voter take a test. And if the words Daddy Gavin come out of their mouth, they're never allowed to vote again. I'm okay with the LGB. There's lots of based ones out there. Lots of good ones out there. Scott Pressler. Hell. They say Daddy Gavin, they just lost their right to vote forever. In San Francisco, the San Francisco City Council passed that you are not a dog owner. That's right. It's in the city of San Francisco. I was not the owner of my dog. I was a guardian, because you can't own the dog, man. You can't own the dog. Thanks, Sendek. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for emailing me that, which I didn't get to use. Sorry. Sorry for your loss. Hiding from the snow in basement and doing cardio while watching OG Star Trek movies. Oh, fuck yeah. God, I need to see Wrath of Khan again. Wow, I forgot how good we had it. We had it so good in the 80s. We had it so good. Thanks, Alex. Random human being for $20. Sorry, 20 British pounds, which is $30. I hope you and your family are well. Fellow 69er, in the regard to Thunder, I would rather lick the a-hole of a swamp donkey after it's eaten a curry vindaloo and taken a thunder dump than watch that clusterfuck. Oh my God, that's very specific. So you really don't want to see the movie. That's what I'm getting. Am I taking that? Okay. Yeah. I got to boost this up a little bit. You guys don't need to see me anyway. Oh, wait. Hey, I can't. Look at that. That's better. John Gibson's condolences in lieu of... Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you, John. I'm retarded. Thank you, John Gibson, for $99.99. Cheers, brother. Sigma Comics for $5. Gary, your wife has been a big supporter of Sigma Comics and our fight against animal abuse. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Cheers. Hail Sigma. Fuck animal abuse, by the way. You're a piece of shit. There's a special place in hell for you with the pedos and the vultures who circle relatives' dead bodies. Welcome back, Gary, to the WB. Thank you, 50 Shades of Grace. W. Edwin for 100 Danish krona. My mom lost her brother 4 days ago and on her birthday. Yeah, by the way, JT did die 2 days before his birthday. Yes. So that's a thing, by the way. It was so bad she cried for 6 months straight. It was hard to see her cry every single day, but you guys helped me love you, man, and I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, and thanks. You got to be there. Got to be there for mom, Edwin. That's your job. But, you know, the feeling of loss means they were loved. That's good. If you're like, fuck them, that's not good. Thanks, brother. Miss seeing you, man. Hopefully I'll see you in Vegas. I can't even think about that right now, but I have to. Some random guy. Cheers. The 10 Australian dollars and the super sticker. Sorry for your loss. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, Jimmy Francis, for 20 Swedish krona and being here and supporting and hanging with the fellowship. Good people. Welcome back, Gary. It's nice to see you again. We love you and your family. Cheers. Back down the revenge for 250. What is that? What's that? I'm going to say Martian peso. Every time I don't know what something is, it's a Martian peso. Saw some great images from Mars. They're getting better. And yeah, I think Razorfist tweeted, it looks like Yuma. Remember when NASA used to tint the sky red? And now we're seeing, oh, it's got a blue sky. And oh, it's got water. And oh, there probably used to be tons of life here. What happened? Oh, there's a big scar on the side and it's potted with lots of meteors on the bottom half, but not a lot on the top half. Weird. Like it was hit. Like the worlds were in collision. Sorry. Getting a little Forbidden Frontier on you. Emmanuel Velikovsky. Read the books. They're awesome. That'll return next week, by the way. We were supposed to have Metzger on. I'm going to see if Metzger, we had to cancel Metzger because that like JT passed away an hour before the show. We were going to have Kurt Metzger on. So we'll get Kurt back. Love Kurt Metzger. Go watch his Joe Rogan. It's fucking great. Kurt's a legend. Thank you, Snakes and Funerals. Appreciate you. God bless you too. Fomorian for 10 Chilean pesos. Keeping you and the fam in my thoughts and prayers. Gary, big love from Switzerland. Oh, can't wait to go there someday. I'm keeping 5 days of holidays in reserve, hoping to meet you in the UK. How do you feel about visiting in EU country? Oh, your government's fucking retarded, but I need to go to the motherland. I need to go and and check out all of Europe. Yes, we are going to be in the UK. It's most likely going to be August, September. We'll get you firmer dates on that. There will be a meetup. It will not be in London. Everybody who went, that meetup was huge, by the way. And it wasn't like, it was huge. And every single person's like, oh, I'm not from London. I took a train and I'm like, and they're like, next time, don't do one here. I'm like, okay. So we'll think of something in the countryside, maybe the Cotswolds. I don't know. Maybe Oxford. I don't know. Maybe Bath, but not London. Yes, we will be there. Road Hagrid for you. Hope to see you next time, Gary. Cheers. I didn't get the right Hagrid. I'm super disappointed. Clyde Dashing has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you, Clyde. My condolences, Gary. I had a similar experience with my aunt suddenly dying on Christmas 2 years ago. Best wishes to you and your relatives. Sorry you had to go through that. Raven Ragnarok. Cool name. Revan, sorry. Corn Pop for $1.99. Crip Walk, Gary. It's my birthday. I'm not the kind of guy who puts a price on anything, like, because I'm fine with being doing whatever you guys ask, but not. God damn this chair. Not crip walking. I wouldn't even know how to crip walk. I'm white. It would look terrible and racist, so that makes me want to do it. Maybe next time, like, you see more than my torso, Corn Pop. You never know. Stay up, bro. Condolences. He is living the good life now. He is. Larry Holcomb. Yeah, like what he didn't go out in pain. Like it was in his sleep. So there's that. Are you going to check out the new Invincible season? I am. I'm going to watch it with Nerdrotic Jr. Jr. That just dropped a couple days ago, right? They removed trans scene from Crocodile Dundee. Then I'm not watching it. That's why you buy physical media, even if it's in a lower resolution, because you get the real thing. But yeah, Hollywood is eating itself right now. It literally is. Watching on the hospital on morphine, best ever, says Bong Rip Eddie. Okay, well, don't get hooked on that stuff. That's bad. But yeah, it probably feels like it is the best stream ever. On this day, at this time, on this channel, to paraphrase Jeremy. But I'm glad you're enjoying. I don't know what you're on morphine for. Hopefully it's not something super serious. Hopefully it's just a broken bone or a bad back or something like that. Not like cancer. G'day, Gary. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Cheers, buddy, from Australia. Churro Capitan for $100. Please enjoy a comforting meal with the family after things calm down. Prayers with you all. We will. There's we're in a very, very small town. Tiny. It's not even a town. You can't call it a town. But this is America. I used to, my dad grew up in a town called Roscoe, South Dakota. Nobody's heard of it. It's got, I think, the smallest library in America. I don't know if it's the smallest library in the world, but if you Google smallest library in America, you will get Roscoe, South Dakota. So that's where my dad grew up, and I used to go there on summers. 300 people live there at Donnie's Cafe, but they say cafe in South Dakota. And I fucking loved it. I love this shit. I love being in small towns. So there's a little restaurant real close they're tomahawks. It's bigger than I can make on the screen. They're tomahawk. Eric July ate a tomahawk in Dallas. after our first Dallas meetup, and motherfucker ate it in like 5 minutes. We're like just starting to eat. All of a sudden, like he's like licking his fingers. You know, and we're in a nice restaurant where they made Jeremy and me both take off our hats. But you know what? They didn't make Eric take off his hat. Fucking racism. But yeah, this was bigger than the one Eric ate in like 5 minutes. Oh boy, he's young. He can eat. He can eat. Fuck off. I'm streaming. Here we go. Okay. Thank you, Churro Capitan. Sorry for your loss. Best to you and your family. Will you have watch parties for Stargate SG-1, my favorite show? Maybe. Maybe we'll like, let me get past the first. Well, I don't know. That's something to think about. I don't think that's a bad idea. Pin that. Gary, on FNT, the gang surmised which movie would have been the highest grossing out of Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, and Superman. What say you? I got to lean towards Jurassic World unless it totally just shits the bed. I mean, which is a stupid thing to say, but we're talking total box office after a total run, which is you have Fantastic Four and Superman competing for the same audience. Jurassic World is more normie friendly than either of those two, even a Superman movie. So I think it has potential. I could be wrong. But I mean, if you're asking me what three of these movies have I think they all Fantastic Four and Superman have to be extraordinary to hit $1 billion. I think Jurassic World just has to be meh to hit $1 billion. So I pick Jurassic World. And I am not a fan of the original Jurassic Park movies I like, but I'm not a fan of anything since. Don't care. I think they're forgettable. I think they're better than Avatar, though, which makes a ton of money. I think Avatar will make all the money this year. It will be the highest grossing movie this year, without a doubt. Ralston Magier, thank you. Hail. Josh Kelsey, condolences, Gary. Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the 1999. You said something. It was serious. Such terrible news, Gary. Sorry for your loss. Patty McShane, thank you. Yeah, it's been a rough week. My grandmother just passed. I have cousins who spent years scheming and taking advantage of her. Fucking pieces of shit. God damn it. And infirmity and to get in the will, they will not get enough to be worth becoming a scavenger's. Condolences. Cheers. Yeah, fucking worst pieces of shit imaginable. You're fucking scum when you do that. When you manipulate the elderly to fuck them out of their money and you're related to them, you're as bad as a pedophile in my book. You're as bad as a fucking pedo in my book. Lowest form of life. Pawn scum. Dog shit on the bottom of my shoe. When exactly does the new MCU start? It kind of starts with Fantastic Four, but it really starts supposedly after Secret Wars, whatever that is. What it needs to be, you need to recast Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, all the big ones and bring them back. You can't bring legacy characters, and we can't have like the totally awesome Hulk, although Amadeus Cho was in the Spider-Man cartoon. No, you need to have the OGs back, recast, or hang it up. It's over. Hey, Gary, I'm sorry, and it sucks that your brother-in-law passed away suddenly. Similar thing happened to me with my mom in October. I don't know what else to say other than it sucks, donkey peeper. And I'm sorry. That's good enough. It sucks. Trooper dose for $10. It just fucking sucks. There's like, it's, what do you say? It's just fucking horrible. And we got to get through it. And it's part of life. The only thing we are owed We are owed jack squat in this life. Life is not fair. It's incredibly unfair to Melissa to lose her dad and her brother in 4 years. That's not fucking fair. Life ain't fair. You need to internalize that. It sucks shit. But life doesn't have to suck shit. As long as you completely understand that the only thing you're owed in life is death. That's it. And you could try to blame the system. You could try to internalize this and misogyny that and all this other shit. You can blame white people for all your fucking problems. Ain't going to fix jack shit because you're owed nothing. Life isn't fair. No, it's not fair. And it sucks. But once you accept that and you try to work with what is, that's when life gets better. If Feige is in charge, how do we get female Silver Surfer? He's in charge, and the person who told me that said he didn't like the idea, which tells me that he can still he's in charge of Marvel, but he can still get overruled. He can still get overruled by the head of studios. And I'm forgetting his name. Alan Horn used to be the head of a studio. I can't remember who the new one is now. But he can be overruled by Bob Iger and the head of Disney Studios. There's two people over him that can pick things. Do I believe that? I don't know. Do I think the female Silver Surfer is a bad business decision? The only thing people would be debating right now is Pedro Pascal. And you know what? I can live with him as Reed. If he does a good performance and everything else is great, I could get past him. Ain't going to get past a female Silver Surfer. That's MCU shit. And I want to be done with the MCU. I really do. I think everybody wants to be done with it. I think Falcon looks okay. Thunderbolts looks better than FF Bad. There you go. Some people think Thunderbolts looks better. It's got, I think it looks fine. My condolences to you, but the humor was shit, and I don't care about half the characters. I like John Walker. I like Bucky. My condolences to you and your family. Thank you, Experiment 626. I appreciate it. War Van Eagle TV for $9.99. I never read comics, but I enjoy being immature into my 40s, and I found a kindred spirit with you on YouTube. Also, sober for 10 years. Congrats. And have huge respect for your prayers for y'all, and I mean those words. Thank you, War Van Eagle TV. Appreciate you, man. Hail Gary, from one child of the 60s, 70s to another, wishing you and yours all of the good Lord's blessings during this time of grief. Cheers. Thank you. Rebecca Gull, what's up, Ian? For 10 British pounds, sorry for your loss. I know you don't believe in the G. I never said that, but I do. So I will pray for you guys. I missed you, mate. Glad you're back. Take care, Gary. Cheers. I do believe in the G. I do. Just a little differently than others. But I do believe in the G. I used to not to. I used to be an atheist. But the old saying, there ain't no fucking atheists in a foxhole. You know what I'm saying? Go through some shit. You see some shit. You see some random stuff. And you start to see the design. And if there's a design, I don't believe in coincidences. And a lot of fucking happy and really impossible accidents have created this earth we're on. Think about the moon. The moon is impossible. I know there are theories out there that it just got belched out of the earth when another magic planet ran into in this vastness of space. While the solar system was forming, entire planet hit our planet and it ejected part of our planet and itself and made this perfect moon that perfectly covers the sun. That's in tidal lock. That does things that no other moon in the solar system really does. It's too big. Lots of accidents. I'm sorry. Cheers, Snarky World. I believe there's an architect. I believe there is a design, and there is in the fabric of the universe. That's why I think I think atheists will get mad. I don't really give a fuck because you don't believe anything anyway. But a lot of people, simulation theory, something I'm interested in, could believe. Well, that means somebody designed a simulation which would be God of some sort. My condolences. Can appreciate your dedication. Stay vigilant. I respect it. Hail Hypnotic. I appreciate yours. And thank you for the $100. Cheers. Hypnotic. Go subscribe to Hypnotic. Great streamer. Great streamer. Oh, I've got friends who are atheists who will argue with me all fucking day long on that if I choose to, but it's like, and if you don't, I have no problem with atheists. It's like, but you don't believe in anything, so why are you arguing? They get so mad at that. I agree 1,000% about escapism. Oddly, the major losses I've experienced close to me created a sick sense of humor that helped me get through a ton. Thank you for providing healthy, worthy dose of escapism. Much love. Yeah, I like gallows humor. Like, I am all about it. I'm all about it. And it's not good. I don't think it's even super healthy, but it just depends on like what you've experienced in your life, right? I'm not saying the people have lived much harder lives. I was fortunate to grow up in the greatest country on earth with the most freedom, most opportunity, freedom of opportunity. And it's up to me to take that opportunity. But I've also, kind of lived an unusual life. Some parts of it were extremely rough, extremely hard, and it did toughen me up quite a bit. I would suggest people take a different road than I did, for sure. I'm a few hours west of you, and it's been quite cold. But I also, but all that snow in Minnesota was supposed to get went your way. So thanks for that. So we were supposed to get went your way. Yeah, we got plenty, and I'm pretty close to the lake. So I said a prayer for you, but that was before we knew. I'll say another. Cheers for Axelon. Hail to you. Big Raj, thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate it. Hey, Gary, in 10 days, it'll be the 5th anniversary of my grandfather's passing. The family hasn't been the same without him, but we got through it. Your family will too. Cheers, Andrew. Thank you. I lost gold nuggets for 10 British pounds proper money. I lost my nan last fall. I hope all is well. I'm struggling to cope in general, but all I can do is move forward bit by bit. That's all you can do. Inch by inch, day by day. God, there was, back to that, like my first day sober. It was just about getting to the top of the hour. I'm not even joking. It's like, all right, I'm just going to stay sober till 2. Then it was like, okay, I'll stay till 3. And then my sponsor would call me and drag me out to a meeting and just interrupt me because I wanted to get high again, like so bad. Sorry for your loss. The vultures after the death are crazy. After my grandpa passed, he left his $50,000 truck to my mother in the will. Her cousin stole it and the title and sold it. Fucking piece of shit. Drugs. God, I hope it's drugs. I hope they just didn't do that because they're assholes. That's still terrible. Fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry you went through that. Poor mom. Gary, please tell everyone that STB is way better than Pearl Jam. Oh, Darkness for $9.99. Stone Temple Pilots are orders of magnitude better than Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam sucks. Pearl Jam sucks. I don't know why they get the love they get. I think Stone Temple Pilots were not respected when as a matter of fact, there was a skit on MTV that straight up called them posers. I'll never forget it. And it's like the grunge, the heroin rock assholes at first just didn't like them. They called them posers. I'm like, they're a better band. They got snappier tunes. They actually evolved their music a little bit. Their albums sound different. Pearl Jam is all Yeah, Seattle was really proud of their scene. And listen, some good bands came out of it. But and I saw the band that was originally Pearl Jam. I saw them live. I saw Mother Love Bone live. I saw Soundgarden when they sounded like shit. And I love Soundgarden. Soundgarden's probably one of my favorite bands, but like I'm way more of a Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots guy. I think they're fucking better. They better music, better vocalists, great vocalists. Great vocalists. Both gone. Drugs. But we're stuck with Eddie Vedder. Eddie fucking Vedder. Chris Cornell, gone. Lane Staley, gone. But we got Eddie Vedder. Little commie. STP is better than Pearl Jam. One of the reasons Hollywood can't write heroic stories is because you have to have good morals to write stories on morality. They have no morals. Japanese Demon Lord, you are 100% correct. You got to know right from wrong to write about right from wrong. Low bar, but the new Captain Thunderbolts trailer looks better than Captain African American. I agree with that. The trailer is better. Thank you for becoming a new member, Ultimate. Chop Saki for $10 says, have you seen Bright? Samurai Soul 2020. I have not. But I've seen. Oh, Bright. Hang on. Was that the animated one? Because I know they did yeah. I have not seen it. I meant to see it. Is it any good? I was like, yeah, the animated Bright. I think I'll watch that. You know, I can't even listen. I have seen Bright 20 times. It's usually my go-to when I'm on a plane. It's permanently downloaded from Netflix on my phone all the time. I actually have a physical copy that I bootlegged. I'd like to get a 4K bootleg, though. If anybody out there has one, I'll happily buy it. And Netflix just make fun. They won't. Why? They won't put movies in theaters. Can't ask them to put them on Blu-ray. How can you tell the new Superman isn't woke? How can you tell? This is my line, buddy. That's also Ryan's line. It's yours too, The Darkness. How can you tell that Superman isn't woke? They made crypto white. I wish they would have made him a lab, though. Labs are fucking superior dogs. And it's not just because I have one. Silver Surfer will be revealed in the shape of shifting trans person in its greatness and held back by an orange man named Galactus. I wouldn't. You know, there was a time where you made a plot like that, and it actually was pretty close to what's going to happen. Pretty close. Saw Flight Risk. Was all right. Kept the runtime tight at 90 minutes. We need movies to return to more shorter, simple, effective stories. I agree. And Chris, yeah, make movies short again. Chris Gore out there. Hail, Chris, by the way. I got your message today, Chris, and it was really gay. But I appreciate it. I got 4 code names. Jimmy is one. Corn Pop, I don't know what's going on in your mind, but I like it because you're fucking weird. Revan Ragnarok has been a member for 8 months. You should check out Within Temptation and Epica. All right. Oh, Enoch Maman, reviews and rants. If you hadn't announced it, that you were taking the week off because of family tragedy, I would have assumed it was just because you saw Amelia Perez. I should have just kept it quiet and like, did he come back from the Amelia Perez movie? I am absolutely shocked at that video's performance. It's doing I mean, for a movie that came out November 1st, and it's not my wheelhouse. No. Trans gangster movies are not my gangster movie. And I did like Rocky Horror, so maybe. Thanks, guys. It's one of Garrett's best editing jobs ever. Gary, sorry for your loss. JT sounded like a great guy he was. I hear Selena Gomez made a video for him. Kidding. She made a video for Pedro, the PDF file. Selena Gomez. She's a billionaire. God bless America. She's American. She's not Mexican. Welcome back, boss. Did you see the DCU updates? Did to Dean Cain? I did. In a group Superman actors photo. Yes. So I retweeted the panel from MegaCon, and I cut out Jeremy in solidarity. Metalhead Madman. Brian Clark for 1999. Condolences to you and yours, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Grand Potato for $4.99. Late to the stream. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. Cheers. If you're late, you can always rewind. Always remember to hang on to this link. When I'm done, it'll be unlisted and re-uploaded on Nerdrotic Live, or you could just keep watching on Rumble. There's multiple places. It'll also be on Spotify. It'll also be on Apple Music, which sponsored Kendrick Lamar's thing yesterday that I couldn't understand, but I'm old, so it's okay. And that's probably even better. That's probably better. I need to start not understanding stuff, or I won't feel properly old. But yes, podcast form, it'll be everywhere. Love your videos. Keep up the work, and telling the truth about woke Hollywood keeps fucking up, and they do, Sage. They do. There'll always be stuff to talk about with Hollywood. Hopefully it won't always be, them being fucking woke idiots. I'd like that. We'll see. Labeled 5150 became a new member. Cheers. One good thing about not going to MegaCon, you weren't there to get the Jades. Is that J AIDS? Is that J Drunk 3PO AIDS? I mean, I wash my hands every time I shake his hand anyway. So there's no danger of me getting Jades. Gary, I messed up last super. I meant Phasmo of Captain Phasma. I thought she was force sensitive, but now I think she's an Empire Mary Sue for Stormtroopers. Imagine Legendary bought Image Comics IP and made a movie about Team 7. Carry on. That would be kind of cool. Okay. It's all good. You didn't have to, I figured you said Captain Phasma. Bushin Ryu Cat. Captain Phasma is J.J. Abrams personified. Now, George Lucas did this with Boba Fett. He'd build up this character and this action figure, and you'd see him for like 2 seconds. So that's a thing. But I think they tried to make that a thing, right? And they wanted to let's do a female stormtrooper, and she's got like platinum fucking chrome, and she's going to be badass. And we're going to get Gwendolyn Christie, is that her name, from fucking Game of Thrones, and we're going to put her in for 10 seconds. And she was a fucking idiot. And I think they tried to do that. They're like, we'll do it. We'll make her the like girl Boba Fett, except girl Stormtrooper. So we'll get it. It's like, shut up. And she had interviews like, I think this character is going to be meaningful and all this shit. And it was a fucking joke. And it's Jar Jar Abrams personified. Prayers for you and your family. God bless. Thank you, Jeff. Aurora uplinks when eating. Pretend going for a run afterwards. Yeah, but just let your food, even if you're going to pretend, let your food settle for 30 minutes. Got my first comics last week. 6 Daredevil. Hell yeah, Daredevil's fucking rad. Rad character. The Darkness for $9.99. Gary, who's hotter? Selma Hayek in Desperado or Jennifer Beals from Flashdance? Choose wisely. My answer is yes. Favorite Buffy Angel character? Angel is my favorite character. Maybe they're moving because they think California is a lost cause, but Austin is still recoverable. I don't know if Austin is still recoverable. The communism is deep in that town. But at least they still have events, but their homeless problem is fucking terrible. It's nowhere near. San Antonio is filled with homeless people. You should not go anywhere near there. It's a horrible place. Do not move there. It's Hot MK Productions for $27.99 Canadian says, I thought Mick. Oh, there it is. I thought Mick. There he goes. It's been a while. Wrote you when I lost my friend to suicide. Oh, I've lost a friend. I've lost multiple friends to suicide. Wrote again when my father passed away. Still here holding on. Glad you're back. See you on FNT. Prayers to you, brother. Yep. Had multiple friends decide to leave this mortal coil on their own. A Japanese company offered to build a bullet train across Texas in the 90s, minimal costs. Oil companies lobbied state government to kill the project. Fucking oil. They are kind of powerful here. What do they care? It's not like people are going to drive less cars in Texas. Like, they need it now. The population is, like, the entire state is under construction. The entire state. Now, they're doing smart things. They're fixing their infrastructure after the big cold, the big freeze. They're burying power lines, something California is not doing. They're making better. Like, the freeways here are kind of funny because, you know, I grew up in California. So 16-lane freeways are fucking the norm. And if you're in Houston, that's pretty much, Houston's like LA. Houston reminds me a lot of LA. But everywhere else, the roads are smaller and they drive just as fast. So you got to be on your toes. You got to be on your toes. Good to see you back, fella. We all missed you. Cheers, Thomas. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Deepest condolences to you and your family. Thank you, thank you, 70s Rock Man. Love you, man. Approaching 3 years since my dad died from the jab. Ugh. Yeah, JT did not have the jab. Despite him not really wanting it. Fuck. I still dwell on not being more vocal about getting him. Don't blame yourself, man. My boys were going through that too. Like, we could have done this. We could have done that. Mel was doing it. It's like, do not, that is torture you're putting on yourself. If he died from the jab, that is the jab's fault. People were under a lot of pressure, and the hold the line was very hard. And it's easy for somebody like me who was self-employed, just to say, fuck that, you know. But if you are in a job where you got to feed your family and they're making you feel pressured, fuck them. Everybody should pay. There should be class action lawsuits everywhere against employers, against Pfizer, against Moderna, against every company. But guess what? They were given their pardon early on. Guess what? Wasn't a vaccine. It was never a vaccine. It was never a vaccine. And motherfuckers should be in jail. Motherfuckers should be in front of a firing squad. Motherfuckers should be shot up with their own poison, in my opinion. Metaphorically speaking. And those pieces of shit are going to get away with it. But every time you do something like that, it builds a general public's resentment towards you and the system. And the only good that is, and sorry about the loss, there's no good about losing your dad. But out of the pandemic, the only good thing is it woke a lot of people up to the bullshit that's going on. But do not struggle with guilt. It was not your fault, okay? And your dad would not want you doing that. I know that. He loved you in any way, which I'm sure he did. Solo for €5. Lone Nooner, like many years ago, you predicted that only Star Trek could go for hard reboot, and they did with Lower Decks. They did. We'll see if it works. Paramount is fabulously in debt. $15 billion in debt. Skydance doesn't take over for months. It still needs to be approved by a government, and it might not be. I think Star Trek is in limbo for a long time. For $20,000, I want to see Peru comic and judge the art. Yeah, I want to see, like, I definitely would like to see that comic first. They like comics in Peru. They like their manga in Peru. They do. Condolences for your loss, Gary. Wishing for the best for you and your family. Thank you, Critosis. Thank you. And your Canadian pesos. Thank you, brother. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. Where was I? I lost my place. Darth Maul's lower half for €5 4 years ago. Today, Lucasfilm unfairly parted ways with Gina Carano. Hopefully, the reckoning will take place this year. Justice for Gina. I think it will. I think it will. Okay. Hey, there we go. I got lost for a second there. Sorry. Marcus for $5. Hail, I hate vultures. Love you, Gary, and sorry for your loss. Is the stream being left up? It will not, but hang on to the link. Hang on to the link, and you can just keep watching. Interrupted. So hang on to the link. Mega Reacts for $10 says, I just posted a reaction to SG1. Great show so far. Shameless plug. Also, sorry for your loss. I made you a shirt for MegaCon. I will mail it to you. Oh, cheers. Did you see X-Ray Girl? You probably, she I don't know if you ran into her. She could have handed it to her. But thank you. Thank you. P.O. Box in the, not called About section anymore. It's the More section. Sending, but thank you. Sending love to you and yours, Gary. Do you have any favorite Lord of the Rings quotes from the books that gives you comfort? Well, from the books, they paraphrase them very well in the movies. But my memory's not good, Lord Bracken, but I'm going to say that it is about the passing of the shadow. I'll get you the exact quote. It's about the darkness and the passing of the shadow, which is paraphrased in the movies as well. Here we go. So this is the paraphrased quote. Darkness must pass, the new day will come, and when the sun shines, it will shine out the clear. But that's also, as many quotes are in the films, they are paraphrased from much larger quotes. But that's pretty much it. That's one of my faves. You know, because from the movies, there is the death is not the end. The gray rains lift, the white shores, far green country. That's a paraphrased one too. But that one's good. That one's good from Return of the King. But you know what brings me comfort? The books. Which one do I go to the most, though? Fellowship. I still go to Fellowship the most. The most. That book will be nothing without its opening. I know that's crazy to say because, of course, a good book is opening without its, but like it really sets up like what they're fighting for. You know, it carries over from The Hobbit, but Bilbo's birthday and the Shire, and really painting this peaceful, wonderful life that was idealistic for Tolkien. Tolkien loved to shoot the shit with his friends, with pipe in his hand and a mug of fucking beer. Like that was his nirvana. And that's what the Shire was. Gardening. It was heaven. So they established heaven. And it's like, this is what we're fighting for. This is the pure good in this world. It's these little knucklehead hobbits. running around with their family histories and, not messing with the affairs of others. Those damn toques. But no, that's the greatness of that book is establishing like what we're fighting for. And that's this. This is what's good. JJ for 100 Canadian pesos. Is my sincere condolences to you all. I lost my dad past August. Oh, so I know you all too well and the feeling. Wishing you guys the strength to cope with the loss. Sorry about your pops. Cherish the wonderful memories of JT. Prayers to you and the fam. Much love, bro. Much love to you, JJ. Sorry about your dad. Very sorry for your loss. Love you and your content. Wishing you and your wife, the rest of your family, the best. Dragon Zord 979. We will pass it on to Mama. TKE 198 for $10. Visited your shop when I was in high school in 04. Oh, that was the second year of my shop, man. Not sure if I met you because life pre-college was a blur. I was there. I did my first couple of years. I didn't really have employees, so I was there. But if it was definitely one of the best shops in the city, hate that you left SF, but I get it. Yeah, cheers. Sorry. Are you still there? You can go to Isotope. You can go to Amazing Fantasy. Those are two good shops in the city. Those are good guys who own it. James Sim always was kind to me. Hi, Gary. My condolences to you and your family. Your videos have entertained me through dark times. This is my little gratitude in return. Thank you, Burrito Man, Mr. Burrito sounds good. I'm not going to find a good one in Wisconsin. Okay. Random Panda has become a new member. Cheers. Vault 95. Moon is made of cheese. Wallace and Gromit proved it. Yes, Wallace and Gromit's a goat. I still need to see that new one. Maggie XT became a YouTube member. Cheers. My condolences, Gary. We just had my father-in-law pass away in November, the day before his son's first from a very aggressive cancer. Papers for you and the family. God bless, good sir. God bless you. That is horrible. Poor kid. Poor family. So sorry for your loss. My condolences. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Glad to have you back. You have built the most amazing, supportive, and toxic fellowship on the internet I have ever witnessed. Nerdrotic is toxic. M. Spencer said, Mr. Spencer, thank you for the $5. Yes, we are incredibly toxic and supportive. Gary, I know you want to be done with the MCU, but I would love to see a video of you ranking the best to worst of Marvel's phase 1 through 3. If you have a chance, best wishes and thanks for all the laughs. That would be good for a solo nooner, Mr. Mojo, and I'd be happy to do that. I could almost do it off the top of my head. But yes, I'd love to do that. I quite like phases 1 through 3. That's why we talk about it, because the MCU used to be pretty fun, pretty good. Stone Temple Pilots or Velvet Revolver. God bless you, Gary and family. Hang in there and be strong for each other. JT sounds like he was awesome, man. He was. He's in a better place, free from all the pain. Yeah. So sudden, it was crazy. Bazil 578, $10. Stone Temple Pilots. Velvet Revolver, respect. They were, like on paper, should have been a good band. They're okay. But Stone Temple Pilots. It's not just because they're they were in San Diego when they were Mighty Joe Young. The Dirt Pimp for $5. Clean and serene since 6/3/87. Hell yeah, brother. Woo. Oh my God, you're coming up on 40 years. You're like a Dalai Lama of sobriety. You're going to walk on air. And yes, it's a God thing. It definitely is a God thing for sure. GI Bro became a YouTube member. Cheers. 40 years sober. Whoa. John Smith from the back seat for $20. So sorry for your loss. First time super chatter. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, not that one. No. There we go. I got to get used to my road. My road. My road. Because they're called a road. R-O-D. Super chat heading your way from the banks of the Rio Grande River, southeast of you. Working the border with the Texas Guard. Life is way better with you on. Prayers for you and yours, brother. Oh, well, be safe down there. You be careful down there. You know that cartel's not going to go down without a fight. I watched Landman. I know what's going on. Just kidding. Amy Curtis for $4.99. There's a reason I call Austin Berkeley for carnivores, because it's so left wing it flies in circles. Yeah, that is it. That is it. I was kind of okay with crypto until finding out Gunn's reasoning for the lack, his look and breed. The same reason for his. Oh yeah, it's because it's based on his dog. For all his movies, crypto is Gunn's actual dog inserted in the movie. Yeah, like it's hard to argue that James Gunn, against him being, it's hard to make an argument that he's humble in any way. Like this shit has gone to his head. And you know, why wouldn't it? Out of the MCU, you're the one who came out looking good. DC poached you to put you, like, he is the head of a studio. He is a CEO. He is much bigger than a director or a producer. That's a lot of power. Better produce. And there's nothing wrong with believing in your work. There's nothing wrong with being confident. Not calling that out. But dude, when you start like animating yourself in the front of the movie and doing the thing, and you know, he did that for the Creature Commandos when like his past TV work has been shit. His movie work is good. His TV work is shit. And this is a TV show. If you're doing an extended universe, you are doing a TV show of movies. We'll see. The one thing you're going to have a hard time convincing me is Gunn is a patriot. Like he loves America. I don't think he loves America. I fully expect, if you wanted to make this like Top Gun, is that like, and prove me wrong. I want to see a bunch of fucking American flags in the background of the Superman movie. Not sure. Didn't see any in the trailer. Truth, justice, in the American way is what Peter Safran said. So I'll have faith in him. But, you know, I don't know. I watched Peacemaker. You can't convince me. James Gunn ain't voting for MAGA. And he doesn't need to, but he can still love the country. Have I not watched the new Invincible yet? I have not. Thank you, Darius, but I will. I'm going to watch it with Nerdrotic Jr. Jose Atmos Free says, good you're back. Celebrate the loved one's life. Will do. Thank you for being a member for 35 months. Fantastic, Mr. Knox, for 10 Australian dollars. Since you brought up Moderna, they built a facility near where I live, and I have not been more disgusted. And the guy who approved it stood down as leader only to install a woman to lead my state. Oh, good luck over there, man. Western nations outside of ours right now, and a few exceptions, are in tough shape. My condolences, Gary, to you and your family. Thank you, Jesus Davila, for $10. Hail, brother. Hail, Gary. Did you see that PBD did an interview with Stephen Greer? I did. I haven't seen the interview that. If you did, what are impressions of it? I will watch it before Forbidden Frontier. A lot of people get mad. I don't mind PBD. I think PBD is really good for normies. So I watched their thing a lot, quite a bit actually. But I know he's not everybody's cup of tea. Microwave tea. My deepest sympathy, Gary. I lost my mom last year. Oh, I'm sorry. Monster Huntress Rune. Prayers to mom. Prayers to you for your mom. She wouldn't want you to be sad forever. Saw Mars photo of the square structure Elon mentioned. Oh, yes. That picture's old, though. I've seen that before. Mike Barra can talk about that stuff. from Ancient Aliens, which we got a new episode of last Friday, which I did not watch. Bong Rip Eddie for $4.99. We got this shit. We're fellowship strong. A neck injury is the reason for the morphine. Oh, shit. I hope you're okay. You can move your digits and your legs and everything. Don't worry, brother. No opioids. Go home with me. All right. Well, then enjoy the trip. Have a good trip. Have a fun trip. Sorry for your loss. Hope everything works out. Mr. Peckerwood, the universe unfolds as it should, brother. Hail, Gary. Still writing my story and want to say my prayers go out to you and your family. Started going through the Lord of the Rings books and want to thank you for giving me a final push to start reading. Good. You will be in a happy place. You will go, this is what I've been looking for all my life. GRL 1436 for $19.99. I am a shill for that book. I will happily shill for that book. Mom, Dad, Grandma named me for Lord of the Rings at birth. Dad was like a shaman, healing people, remembered past lives, visions that came true, died in 2012, RIP. Krog. Prayers to Dad, RIP to Dad. I want to hear more about that. That's awesome. 50 Swedish krona. Hail, Gary. Sorry for your loss. I lost my father many years ago, and I am also certain that death is not the end. Stay strong, good sir. It is not. What happens afterwards? Not really sure. We go into the mainframe? Not really sure. Rock on, Gary. Blessings to you and your family, says Tyrannus Cygnus. Cheers. Hang on. Just a second. We're wrapping up here. That was a long one. That was a long one, but thank you. You guys were amazing. If I missed any because I don't have my X-Ray girl, we will get them on the next one. I have Friday Night Tights from 2 weeks ago. We got to do still too. We'll do that next Monday because I have to get to the family. Sorry I didn't get to that though, but that will be done next Monday. It will be done. And there's quite a bit actually. There's 133 we got to do. So we will do it next Monday. Oh, thank you guys. It's good to get back at it. It's good to talk to you again. Yeah, words cannot express like all the love we've been shown. And plus I love doing this. It's fun. So it provides relief. It's good. And hopefully it entertained you a little bit. At my expense, I hope. I hope. What's the date today? Holy shit, I better make a video. It's the 10th. Peanut the Blocker for $3 says, Gary, best wishes to you and your family. This is on the stream website. Chiefs have lost the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift, tears flow and sustain the Squirrel Emu Alliance. D Plus is going 100% ads. Netflix will follow. More tears will follow. Oh yeah. We're going to get ads whether we like it or not. That's fucking happening. Just be prepared for it. Buy lots of physical media. WG, Jesus Christ, WG. He said, don't read it. So I'm not going to read it, but thank you. Love you, man. You add a line. Starship is awesome from SAR. You have a right to your bad opinion on music. I will not shame you for it. You are welcome here anytime. U.S. Aid has given me $15. Damn it! Now I'm in trouble. Sir, this message to inform you that until you further notice, USAID will no longer allocate taxpayer funds to your nonprofits. It's only gay if you back up, and dicks for chicks. For questions, call 1-800-BIG-BALLS. I'm busted. Quelndar for 50. Condolences, Gary. Praying for you and Melissa and the family. Cheers, Quelndar. See, I'm praying. Forbidden Frontier. And Car Kiss for $10 says, so sorry for your loss to your family. Gary, this is random, but I recently watched the 3 Lord of the Rings 20th anniversary watch parties, and it lifted me from the winter blues. Thank you. Those are fun. You know what? I got to make a play. Didn't we make a playlist for that? I will make a playlist for that tonight. And I mean, you'll have to search for it, but it's so you don't have to run around and look for it everywhere. Should kind of make a supercut of that. Those were tons of fun, and I can't wait to do them for the 25th anniversary. So we just got to wait. It'll be a couple years, and then we'll do it all over again. Do we even need to wait for the 25th anniversary? Maybe not. Maybe we could just start again. Those were tons of fun. Just geeking out of the Lord of the Rings for 3 to 4 hours. Freaking crazy good. All right. Condolences, Gary. My dad passed away from alcohol abuse when I was 19. And though we tried to help him get sober, he was his own worst enemy. Yep. There's nothing you could have done. There's nothing you could have done. I empathize with your journey and the loss you feel today. Cheers. Don't beat yourself up about that one. That was Pop's decision. It sucks. It's a horrible disease. Project 17. I'm pretty sure I got that right. X5II is 10 plus 5 plus 2 is 17. You're watching me do math. Sending love and prayers to you and yours. Gary, I lost my father just before Christmas 2020. We were devastated. Still hurts now. Thinking about him probably makes Christmas. Yeah, I lost my dad right before Christmas too, and it makes it rough. But we know he's in a better place. Yes. My dad, for sure. I don't know how much. Hopefully your dad didn't suffer like my dad did. Hey, Gary, did you see that Mr. Beast got unrestricted access to all the pyramids and the Sphinx? That the video was pure cringe, but neat. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, I can't watch him, but I'll probably watch it on mute. That's awesome that he got that. Like, good for him. Thank you, Ty Robs, $4.99. Congrats to Mr. Beast on all of his success and like really learning the algorithm and learning all this stuff. And I could just be a dick for saying this. But I'll say it anyway, because that's never bothered me. The smile doesn't reach his eyes. There's something that bothers me about that man's smile. Does not reach his eyes. It's a joyless smile. It's a soulless smile. Maybe it's just the way he was raised, but I get some reptile vibes off that. But congrats on the Amazon deal and everything else. All right, last one. Armored Titan for €59.99 euros. Sometime we drive on a road over bumps and holes, and on our way we lose important car parts. But we keep driving till we drive over the finish line with a smile on your face. If I start anew, I would drive the same way again, regardless. Absolutely wouldn't change a effing thing. Cheers. Thank you all for the super chats. We are all caught up. Thank you for being members. Thanks for you for just lurking. Thanks to the Nerdrotics for hanging so long. And thanks for all your support and love. We feel blessed. We feel absolutely blessed. JT, I'm going to miss you, man. Love you, brother. See you on the other side. And we'll see you tomorrow on The Real BBC. And we got videos coming out this week. Videos, plural videos. So keep an eye out for them. And hail to the fellowship and everybody who made it safe. I hope everybody made it safe for MegaCon. And thanks for supporting all my friends, for supporting Eric and Jeremy and even Drunk 3PO and even Ryan, that asshole, the critical drinker, Star Wars Theory. I mean, he's not my friend, but I know who he is. And I think he might know who I am. I think he calls me Barry. But no, I'm just kidding. I just hope you guys had a really, really, really good time down there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. This will be uploaded on Nerdrotic Live in a little bit. Otherwise, hang on to if you're behind, you're not going to see this till later, but hang on to the link. We'll just unlist it. Or you can just keep watching it on Rumble. Cheers to Rumble, by the way. Oh, shit. Totally forgot to do my ad reads. Well, we'll do those next time. Take it easy.